And we are live, back again, with Whispers from the Atheneum presents session 23 of Echoes of the Forgotten. We are currently missing a Jeremy. He is at work, will be coming back later. It is Christmas time. It's a very important time of year for reasons. Some guy named Jesus, I don't know, rapper. But starting off with inspiration with Christine, Jakurva, and Osiris for today. And now we will lead into what happened last time. Take it away.
Last time on Echoes, the party started their day off discussing how they were going to approach the task laid before them. Eventually deciding to meet up with the members of Tsunami and Bralov, a very serious conversation took place, and where some actual useful information was passed on to the party, they learned their targets for distraction and decided who'd be focusing on who. Plans were put in motion, and the party began their assigned task. This very quickly reached confusing levels as a woman lit her own head on fire shortly after talking to Selena. Judas tried to talk armor with the armor smith, but somehow barked up the wrong tree. Jakurva pushed for some strange potions and ended up changing his angle. Osiris challenged the filesmith's skill, and Christine went full nerd at a scribe. This led to interesting outcomes, as the armor smith told Judas to sod off. Osiris was presented with amazing armor that was promptly taken away. Jakurva lit himself on fire and punched a wall, then Judas, and then was punched by Judas. And that continued for a while. Annex took flight to save her imp, claiming he was her ugly son, and Christine went full divine form after charming her target, barely managing to distract them in time for Tsunami to finish their task. And all the while, Selena was too busy trying to help the woman with a flaming head that she never saw Christine's transformation. Finally, as chaos is taking hold all over, and the workshops are in turmoil, the High Artificer, Alvin Brasspin, returned ahead of schedule. During the resulting confusion, the party took the chance to escape, and, having completed their goal, they went back to regroup. Later that day, they received a message from Bralov revealing the job was a success, though no further information was provided.
And with that, we bring you all into the game. This is pretty much... The message will come later in the session, but pretty much this is as soon as you walk out of the gatehouse gates and are now in the street in the middle of the trade district. I just want to quickly have a look at some of the numbers. Jakurva and Osiris, who's not here, mainly Jakurva, you notice that there seems to be a large amount of steam coming from across the way, probably about a decent 100 or so feet away.
And not from the building we just came from.
No. Directly across from you.
Oh, that's a positive.
It's like from where you are, you can't see directly what's causing it because there's a few other buildings between you and it, but you can see like steam rising in the distance.
Does it look like it's coming more closer to us or staying sort of stationary?
It's not moving, it's just going up.
Okay,
like,
so it's in the one spot, it's not like...
Yes.
I mean, wind obviously will probably blow it around a little bit. Well, anyone want to go check that out? Jakurva doesn't know what the steam is, so...
Actually, you do.
Do I?
Yes.
I think he's one of the people who actually wouldn't know.
he did.
Oh, yes, you did. Yeah, never mind. Ignore my comment.
Oh, then, yeah, I guess, do I know what it is? Like, what is it?
It's the steam coming from the landowner.
Oh, yeah, no.
Oh.
Okay, in that case, I'll rephrase what I'm saying. Anyone want to go catch a ride?
What is this thing?
That thing is how I got around this godforsaken land so fast.
Oh,
Well, we were planning on going to Highview. Are we all ready, or were there things that other people needed to do, or...
look, I suggest that today's a bit harrowing, maybe tomorrow?
Well, would I know how long the land burner sticks around for?
Probably not you. You wouldn't know, though. Like Christina, Selena, Osiris, people who grew up in cities that had land burners, spent a lot of time there, could make a check, like an intelligence check if they wanted.
Slight intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay.
It could be a history if you want.
Natural
Natural 20.
You know everything.
You know, you had a lot of time to like watch it come and go in the
I'll watch
years
it
you
from
spent in
the
your towers, because you could see up over the top of the smoke. And you know that there are only 2 land burners, and the trips they take are, while relatively short in terms of traveling on foot, they still take a few days. And a round trip is roughly 9 days.
Okay.
So for this same land burner to arrive heading in the same direction, or heading in the same direction as this one, you don't even know which direction this one's going. It'll be that if you miss it today, it'll probably be 9 more days till it's back.
But it would most likely leave within the day.
If it's steaming like this, it'll be leaving today.
Okay.
Usually if they arrive, it's usually like they shut down, they refuel and whatnot, and then they leave the next day.
Okay. Would I have an idea with that roll as well? Like how far apart those 2 trains are? Are they going the same direction or different directions? Like.
You know that they are staggered.
Yeah.
There's not usually one going the same way as the other one.
Okay.
They might meet up in a centralized city like Tonarus. I'm just gonna lower the music a little bit. I'm listening to. They might meet up on the road, but they're never in the same city at the same time.
Okay.
It's basically, for a rough assumption, because again, nat 20, you could guess that the other land burner could be here in 4 days, but it might be going in the wrong direction. And then by the time it'll take about 8 days before it's back here heading the other way.
Okay. With that knowledge, so people pointing at us like, I believe, to Judah, sorry. I believe if it's nothing like that, we certainly would be leaving today.
Oh. Okay. Do we know
However,
which way
we
it
also...
is?
No, that's what I was going to say. There is no way of knowing, unless we go and have a look at it.
Follow-up question, completely unrelated. What the heck was that you did back there?
I told you, I charmed the person, and I'm pretty sure we should probably keep moving before that ends. Because once that ends, there's gonna be someone knowing.
No, I mean with the wings.
I, like, kind of look up between them.
I have absolutely no clue what you're on about.
Is this really the place to be discussing it?
I mean,
There's nothing to discuss. Are you sure you're... Like, turn to Selena. Are you sure you didn't see her do something? I was a bit distracted myself.
I'm
It was a
pretty
lady who had her hair on fire.
I think I saw her tending to that person.
Listen, this is all good and well, but we should really go and check on this if we want to get to Highview. From what we've been told, it sounds like they really do need help there.
I mean, if we have to go on foot, though, that's not the end of the world.
With
It'd be
carriage
easier-
and horse, I think.
It'd be
Last
easier
I
to
checked,
wait though. Instead, if we're going to go to Highview and we don't take this one, it'd be easier just to wait for you like 8 or 9 days before, well, taking it again.
Look, last I checked, my price was covered by that person we were working with, so... If I remember right, he mentioned something about these being somewhat expensive.
They are.
100 gold, I believe. From
Then I'm just gonna head back to the inn. Have a good night, everyone.
Hey, no you don't.
I put my hand up, he can follow if he wants.
Come back here.
Hold my hand if you
follow
want,
after
Pixie.
Jakura. Pretty sure, my friend, you lost. So, drinks are on you, buddy. And I pat him on the back.
so I guess we're not going today then. Oh, okay.
We can't leave anyway. We still have stuff in the gear house.
That's gonna be there for months.
Didn't Osiris have something he was doing as well? Or they're done pretty quickly.
Osiris has stuff to do, but I would rather wait for Joe. and
Yeah,
David to
no,
do
no, I meant like the stuff in the gear house for him. Like, wasn't that like a couple of days, or was that done pretty quickly?
that. He didn't actually. Oh no, his nails? Yeah, you have
nails,
to
yeah.
wait for your stuff to come in.
Yeah.
Probably
so the
have to be
nails-
done tomorrow.
Yeah.
I think
Well,
both
in that
projects.
case.
There's no reason even bothering.
Well,
I
in
mean,
that
like,
case-
they could be done today, but who knows if you guys want to go back in there and...
No!
Yeah, maybe not.
There's only so much I could lie about it being my random magic. I am probably going to, while they're wandering off, I'm going to actually wander to the Landburner station to see at least what route, or at least which way it's going, to see if we're missing the right one or the wrong one.
Yeah, easy. So you go off on your own. Is there anyone else going with you?
I don't offer, just go.
Well, does anyone follow her, or did you just let her wander off?
I'm just gonna let her wander off.
Chukova and Judas are heading back to the inn. Annex, what are you doing?
I was following the cat.
Alright, so... And Selene, I'm assuming you're just going to go with them? Or are you going off somewhere else?
I mean, who else is left? There's Osiris. and
Osiris,
I.
who will probably just go with them because...
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like Osiris is there, but every time the camera pans, he's just somewhere else. It doesn't matter. He's not here.
After the point of being like, okay, everyone's leaving. Okay, I'll just go to the inn.
Alright, so everyone else heads off towards the inn, and Christine, you go by yourself towards the Landburner station. You easily get there first, because it is literally just like,
Around the
basically
corner.
it's just down the road. You pass by several warehouses along the way, and as you get there, as you're heading towards it, the road you're on is rather like well maintained and cobbled, but you notice like a second dirt road like off to the side that's kind of mirroring your road, and when you reach the Landburner station itself, you see that road basically enters a separate gate, and there's a whole bunch of like wagons and carts heading towards the station, loaded with stuff. Approaching the Landburner station itself, which is just inside the city limits of the western reaches of Telnerus, you see a large open yards surrounding the warehouse-like structure. The main road leading up is cobbled and weaves towards the main entrance, which is smaller, yet looks more approachable than the large double doors on the side of the building. I'm assuming you head inside, you head towards it?
Yeah, I'll just head towards it, yeah. Or like, try to head inside until stopped, really.
Yeah, just assume like a train station. When you walk up, it's that, but not like massive, wide open for dozens of people. It's just like enough for a few. When you step inside, you just see a single counter that's on the opposite wall, which has a clerk behind it. There's a door to either side of them, and a few benches that sit empty around you. The clerk looks up when he hears you come in, and actually kind of looks surprised that someone's even coming inside.
I'll just sort of turn to make eye contact, just walk to them.
Hello, it's nice to see you today. How may I help you?
I'm curious, so I came to ask. I assume that Landburner's leaving today. What direction is it heading in?
Yes, the Landburner, this one is currently going to be leaving in about next... He, looks over at something that you can't see. And he goes, about an hour and a bit. It is currently heading to Highview.
Cool. Hey, it's not Gearsland, so what matters. Just sort of hearing that's like, okay.
Are you interested in catching this Landburner? There are still seats available.
Probably not this one though. Thank you.
Well, that's all good.
Just wanted to check which one it was, and I'd probably end up waiting for the next one.
Well, according to my list, and he reaches over and starts like flicking through something, the next Landburner should be back in 2 days, though that one is heading to Ghislaine. So I need AJ to give me the date here that we wrote down for it. The next one heading to Highview, if that's the way you're going, should be leaving on the 29th, which is 8 days away.
With my rough knowledge of geography and my rough knowledge of the Landburners themselves, could I be able to estimate going from Ghislaine to Highview, how much time that would be?
Okay. Ghislaine and Telnerus is a 2-day trip by Landburner. Telnerus and Highview is a 4-day trip. They stop 1 day in each city for refueling. So in total, a whole round trip from one end to the other, with refueling counted in, is 9 days.
So it'd be 2 days from Ghislaine to Highview then, roughly.
No, they don't go to Highview.
Huh?
It's...
They don't go?
Ghislaine
Oh.
only goes Telnerus.
Oh, okay, I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, there's kind of water and different and more mountains
And the
between
forest.
Ghislaine and Highview. And a forest.
And the forest, yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I feel like people don't want a train that just disappears into a giant forest and never comes back.
That'd be cool though. That'd be so cool. No, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, then never mind. Like, yeah, I just sort of take the information. That's all I need information-wise. Thank you.
Oh, have a lovely day. And he just like goes back to whatever they were doing.
Yeah, just turn and leave.
Cool. And where are you heading? Are you heading back to the inn with everyone else?
Yeah, probably would.
Alright, easy enough. So about half an hour later, maybe an hour, everyone reconvenes at the inn. And
Unless
what
someone
do you all
wants to
do?
do something different.
Well, they're all they're all heading towards the
Oh,
inn.
no, if they're all heading towards him, then yeah.
Yeah, so what do you all want to do at this point? You're like still pretty. It's like early afternoon, but you got a bit of the day left. Or shall we just fast forward into the potential, as we said, 8 or so days of downtime that we said were potentially a thing?
I imagine I'd arrive a bit late and just whoever's sort of down, probably to like Osiris first, I'd mention that it is the one to Highview. However, there's, because of all the things that we have, we're probably gonna have to wait like 8-9 days anyway for the next one. And I'll just sort of say that to Osiris and whoever else is kind of near, but yeah. And just kind of sit back down and just rest for myself.
I mean, I was told I'm treating everyone to a round, so how much gold does that put me down?
A round of alcohol for everyone?
I guess.
Well, it depends if people accept it, but probably to get everyone around, like 2 gold? Not even?
Cool. And if the others don't take it, I'll just give it to randoms who come in.
They appreciate it.
I mean, I'm not going to say no to anything that's gifted to me, but she's mostly going to be nursing this drink.
100% say no to the cat man.
She'll take the drink, but
I will take multiple rounds if you're paying.
Okay. Once that's dealt with, I will, You know what? I'm gonna go get an afternoon nap, everyone. And head upstairs.
is anyone doing anything exciting?
So, early afternoon, you say?
Yeah, like 3-ish, 4 p.m.
How long?
Actually, I think it's like 2 p.m. actually.
Oh, okay. How long would it take me to get to like sort of market areas and stuff like that?
An amount of time that doesn't actually matter.
Probably like 30 minutes. Like, again, just for simplicity's sake, to get to one district from whatever district you're in is typically about half an hour.
Okay. Okay.
Just to short form that for everyone.
Actually, I might leave it for today, but yeah. So yeah, no, I've got nothing on for the night. Probably just like an hour or two, just sort of in the lower area, then probably heading up to my room afterwards.
Hey Christine, did you find out which way that thing's going?
I was mentioning it to the others. Yes, it was going to Highview.
Okay.
So, and we're obviously not going today. We have things
That's
in the gear house we're still waiting on.
okay. That's fair enough. Do you know if they take livestock? Because I'm pretty sure you guys have horses and a carriage.
I actually don't know about livestock.
To the best of your ability, you know they take cargo, though you're not sure if
Yes.
they take living cargo.
I mean, that was
That's-
obviously like a cargo thing, like the other path.
Yeah,
but,
you've called a Lamberner. There's only one like passenger cabin. All the rest of the wagons are all cargo wagons, and there's like 6 of them.
If they do take creatures, you don't know how much will be.
I assume not often. It's mostly cargo carriages, basically. But depends what you probably pay them, maybe. I don't know. Besides, it's not like we could always just sell it.
I don't think it's mine to sell. That would be up to you guys.
It's mostly Osiris's.
Cyrus
Someone-
asks the question if this is going to be your main mode of transportation now, the land burner. Because if it is he's thinking about selling it, but if you think that you're going to need it, then
Well,
that's all I got from Jeremy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if everything... Right now, one only main thing to my knowledge is Highview. And the stuff around here, there's not really anything in the general other areas needed to be looked at least on the main continent. So maybe it's up to everyone else, really. And cool. And it just sort of says that, just doesn't really say much besides that.
Yeah, depending on what people are doing down here, like I'm assuming like there might be a few people that stay and drink, or most people are probably going to sort of go upstairs and whatever. But Selena will sort of sit down in the main areas and like she's sort of drinking the drink, but for the most part she's kind of just like looks sort of lost in thought. But after a while, like, she's just gonna get up and walk out.
I feel like Christine would probably pay attention to it, but not say anything about it.
So what's everyone else doing? If Selena's walking out, everyone else is kind of like, Jacoba's gone to an early bed, which I bet is not actually going to be that shortly. Everyone else.
Annex is drinking with patrons.
You're drinking?
Yeah.
How much do you weigh?
Not much.
And
But
She
birds,
did almost win the drinking contest.
and birds
Yeah,
don't
pal.
handle alcohol well.
Somehow
Except
she
that
won.
one time in the competition for some reason.
That's because everyone else failed before you did. I'm pretty sure you won that round because everyone failed in the first round except for you.
Yes!
Well, if you're drinking a decent amount, make a Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
That's pretty good.
Alright.
It takes you a while to get drunk.
Okay.
It still happens if you keep drinking for a bit,
Mhm.
but it's not like you drink 2 beers and are fucked up. It's like you keep drinking more and more. Who's paying?
Nexara is becoming an alcoholic.
Yeah, who's paying for these? Because Jakova only shouted you once.
No.
I imagine Annex would probably pay for it after Cooper stops.
Okay, and are you just going to be drinking for the rest of the night?
For the most part, imagine, like, until she gets drunk, and then she'll head off and sleep.
Can you roll me
Okay,
a
with-
streetwise check?
Yeah, go for it. Streetwise that shit.
Streetwise, okay.
We're finally getting use.
Oh my god.
God!
Through your, like, messing around, one of the patrons is just like, look at that shit in the Dragonland. Like, that burn place? Something's going wrong there.
What?
I don't know. There's just like the bone place. Something's going wrong.
Oh, no, the burns. What did they do to the burns?
No, but they're mad.
Oh.
What the fuck?
I don't
Oh.
know.
Should we send them a present?
That would be nice. We should send them a present.
We should send them a present. We can put it in a pretty boat, and they will just be so happy that everything will be good again.
Could you just still be downstairs and then overhear this?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. I'm a pat Annex on the soldier on the shoulder and tap 5 points lay on hands into her, thus removing the poisoned effect if she is drunk.
Annex, you're suddenly sober.
It's such a fun place.
It is like,
Whiplash.
make like another concentration check, a constitution check,
Okay.
just to see how badly your mind handle. You don't handle it too badly. You don't suddenly get like immediately hungover. But you go from being like sloppy drunk to being fully sober in the span of a back pat.
Alex just stops, just blinks for a second, looks around and goes, "Man, what was I saying?"
Who said we should get a present for the dragon, the bone men?
That sounds like a great idea. Who are they?
There's just the guys in the dragon place in the bone land, and they're upset.
Or should we send them?
Bones?
I bet, but they probably got a lot of bones.
The man, like the innkeeper behind the counter, is watching this conversation for the most part, and he just comes over with 2 cups of water and plays when he goes, "All right, here's my gift to you and my gift to you. Make sure you drink these."
You're a beautiful, flaming man.
I am not a flaming man. Okay, so you hug him. He's caught off guard, but he doesn't. He has like hands in the air as you're hugging him. Like I don't know what's going on.
You're not even drunk.
No.
Doesn't need alcohol to have
Alex
a good time.
is just happy right now.
It's just high on life.
And then the hangover will set in, and you
Talking
know,
about some
you'll
bones
be
and
in
stuff.
bed.
Okay.
He's like,
so
do you need some help? I can get my wife to take you to bed if you would like.
I'm great. Do you think they like incense? I've got some incense in my backpack.
Are you asking me or the drunk man?
Drunk man, don't worry. I like you, thank you, sir.
Okay.
Great night.
Are you still hugging him?
I just would have let go of him.
Okay. As soon as you do, he just like excuses himself and goes back behind the counter and just gets like he goes to like the furthest end away from you both. Keeps watching, but is like, that's weird. You're weird.
Can I do an insight check to see how shit-faced the other guy is?
Go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. As you're leaving, yeah.
You drunk?
He seems sober enough. That's fine. I go up to my room.
All right.
Yeah, and then your conversation with the drunk man about the bone place and Dragonland goes on. You don't really understand now that you're sober what exactly he's saying. Before, when you were drunk, it made perfect sense, but now you don't know any information.
I'm just going with it at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, and I'm assuming at some point you go to bed as well, or is there anything else you would like to do before?
Yeah, eventually I'd go to bed, yeah.
Okay.
Probably when this guy passes out.
So Jakova's in bed, Judas is in bed, Annex is in bed. I've forgotten what Christine was doing.
I was down there for a little bit, but eventually I would have gone out. Did you hear me?
Okay, yep. So you're going to bed as well. That means all that's left is Selena, who wanders off into the night. Well, in the early afternoon, really.
Okay, Jakova just went to. Okay, I thought we were.
Jacob went to air quotes bed.
Yeah, but now he's telling us he's going to air quotes something else. Mostly in the room, just through bed to him. Okay. Okay.
I feel like, yeah, she would have left like early afternoon. She'd probably come back like around like bedtime, but she's just gone back to the docks just to like sort of sit at the ocean and just have a little ponder.
You just spend some time at the docks, just
Thinking things through.
Yep. Around this time, unbeknownst to you, this is about the time when, I believe, what is it, Christine who has the sending stone, or is it Osiris?
I do.
Yeah, this is about the time you get the message from Bralov telling you, good job, it all worked out. And yeah, it's like, good job.
I'd probably give him a reply to that, just being like, is there anything else we need or must do or whatever it is we need to be informed of?
You get no response because sending stones have one use.
I know.
But yeah, as you're sitting by the docks, just kind of staring forlornly out to sea, you hear some like footsteps coming up on like the planks, and I'm assuming you glance over to see who's walking up towards you.
Yes.
Yeah, you see a large man with one arm walk up to you and like just kind of stand next to you as you're looking at the ocean. It's like, so you're looking out to sea, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
We're looking out to sea as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of like wondering what you're looking for though. Like, look at that. The sun is going down and the water's coming up, but they're not meeting.
It is a beautiful sight.
Fuck yeah, it is. And you see Garrett is just like there. He's just seeing you in the docks come over and be like, why are you here? And he's like, you did good work today. Wasn't for you all, we wouldn't have gotten in there as easy as we did.
I'm glad we could be of help.
Y'all were more than help. Y'all kicked ass. Especially you. You lit a woman's head on fire.
I didn't like. No, that was a. She lit her own head on fire. Believe it or not.
Damn, they're weird people.
Apparently. Yeah, magic.
He just like spends a long time just not saying anything. And it's just like, you know, if y'all want to do more, I'm sure we got more work we can do in the future. Y'all seem a capable group, you know, it wouldn't be a bad idea. Now, I'm not saying you can be a part of Tsunami, but maybe we can do some contract work, you know? Like, honorary members, eh?
Well, I don't speak for the rest of the group, but I'm sure if we're around, we'd be happy to do some more work for you. We are planning on heading off at some point, though, for a time.
Fair enough, fair enough. Wings gotta fly. Ah, well, you have a good night. I've gotta do something. And he just, like, starts walking away.
Me too, Ken.
Yeah. You spend however long you want to spend staring at the ocean alone.
I'll watch the sunset go down and just maybe an hour or so into the night, but then I'll probably head back.
Cool. You head back to the inn. Anyone else got any plans for this night, or are we moving on?
No, I do not.
Jeremy made a comment saying we should call it a group tidal wave.
Just
No,
going for a very enthusiastic night walk while the others aren't around.
No, I
Nothing will
throw
happen.
down that idea quickly.
That's concerning.
I spiked that idea down to the floor.
What, tidal wave?
Yeah.
I think it's good. Right?
Enthusiastic night walk scares me the most.
You should be. How is that scary?
Dude, people be out at night.
Like, if I head down to the tavern and I see that the others aren't down there, I'm going out for my night walk.
A very enthusiastic night walk.
Someone has got to walk the cat in this group.
You take a brisk,
Are the cat in this group?
you take
Yeah, he's
a,
gonna walk himself.
a brisk jog throughout the districts of Tonarus. Are you looking for anything in particular? Just this
No,
is just a
it's
walk?
just a night jog. If something happens, something happens.
Every day is leg day.
You take a nice step, and depending on how long you go for, you'll eventually make your way back to your room. If you want to roll a... this is probably a perception more than a streetwise, as you're walking around. Jogging around.
Mm-hmm.
21. Let me just quickly... You see, as you're walking past, you see just a billboard filled with
Any
four missing posters.
any that look sort of small scale, sort of bounties I could maybe try and knock out in the next few days.
This isn't like
Yeah, you know what I mean though, like just things I could probably spend the next few days doing. Like,
a lot of these are people from quite a distance away. There seems to be a poster for something in Drakelzul, one in Andavine, one in Illowell, and one from Highview.
These are like notices sitting up that are like, have you seen this man? He's been missing for this long. Or have you seen, like, this person has been missing from this date. If you see them, please contact these people to get information out.
I would assume none of them stand out to me, so
That's what I'm saying, like, this is what the role was for, is like, from
Yeah.
everything you see when you're wandering around, you see this, like, basically these notice boards, you spot a few of them. Most of them are things up like, oh, there's a festival in X many days, or, oh, this place is having a sale, come by. And then you notice that these four, like, missing persons posters are located in multiple spots around the city.
And there's a symbol of the eyes in like the top left corner. There's the symbol of Tabris.
that's fair. Like, if none of them immediately jump out at me for some reason, then I might not do much about them for now, but I guess it'll be put in my mind. Especially if none of them are in this place in particular, so...
Yeah, you eventually make your way back to the inn and go to sleep, I assume?
Yeah, no, at that point it would be.
Okay, everyone goes to bed. Hey, Christine.
Hi.
As you're falling asleep, you're passing out. It's been a long day. You're very stressed out for everything that's been going on. You find yourself drifting through the long, empty blackness of, well, sleep. This feels like it goes on for a long time, but eventually you feel like a soft crunch beneath your bare feet, and you open your eyes, and you find yourself not standing in your old room atop the academy, but standing before a still lake. A soft breeze brushes past you, smelling of old wood, like wildflowers. Everything seems rather peaceful. What do you do?
I feel like immediately when I come to consciousness, just on this sort of still, in front of the still lake, I sort of try to look around initially to be like, okay, where is that mirror? Like, she's here somewhere. Let's get this over with, sort of thing.
So you're looking around, trying to be like, all right, where the hell is this shit? And as you do, you notice this, like, it's like a grove. Like, there's trees around the outside. There's just this lake. You see the moonlight above you. And as you're pacing around looking, you notice a ripple come across the lake. And in a second, slightly stronger than the first, as it breaks through the stillness. And after a while, more follow. Each one is slightly stronger than the previous. Soon, small waves are forming, turning the center of the lake into a roiling patch of water. You unconsciously take a step towards it, but as you do, you feel this warmth behind you. And when you look over your shoulder, you do see the mirror away from the lake. And it's not showing a reflection of the lake itself, but it shows your room. What do you do?
Do I have any feeling from the lake, or is it only the warmth from the mirror behind me?
As the water continues to churn and grow in intensity, you don't really feel anything coming from the lake itself yet. You don't know if that might change, but you just feel this like a radiating warmth from the mirror.
I feel like upon sort of noticing and kind of, I guess, a little bit missing that warmth, it'd just be that sort of turn and slight walk back, but probably I'd stop after the first step and just sort of look back again.
So you turn and you step towards the mirror, and almost immediately the sound of rushing water behind you grows in intensity. The warmth from beyond the mirror grows, and a kind of numbness starts to fill you. And you find yourself taking another step towards it, and then a third. And each step you take, this kind of numb warmness starts to fill your body, and then you feel a drop of water strike you in the back. And as it hits you, you feel this like shocking chill that just like goes through your whole body, and it kind of catches you off guard. What do you do?
I'm just looking quickly at one of my spells. I guess that sort of shock awakening, just that kind of realization of I'm being pulled back into this again. I'm going to summon my spiritual weapon, Grey, with that sort of tinge of light in the middle, and just throw that thing at the mirror.
So you reach out with your magic to attempt to summon your weapon, and as you pull at the weave around you to bring forth the weapon, I believe it's the form of Chrono Cutter, you see it start to form up in front of you, but as it does, it kind of whisper-like breaks away and flies past over your shoulder behind you towards the lake.
At
The
that
mirror
point,
keeps beckoning towards you, and even though you're trying to resist, you find yourself taking yet another step towards it.
am I able to look around?
Sure, what do you want to look at?
I want to try look around, and am I able to speak?
You can try.
I want to try to throw out a voice, basically of, are you here? What? And just like there's a little lull as like I sort of take that step forward, and again kind of back up. What's going
right.
on?
Make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Oh, yikes.
You take that step forward, and when you try to like back up, you think about you're like, no, I'm not going to step towards the mirror, and then you realize you're taking another step forward towards it, and then another.
What the fuck?
The roaring of the water behind you is, even though it's like almost deafening in loudness, you can hear it almost starting to fade away as you move towards the mirror.
I don't want this. Where are you? I'm gonna try to pull myself away a bit.
Make another wisdom saving throw. Nice. You feel this compulsion that's been pulling you forward, try to keep pulling you towards the mirror. When you call out, where are you? You feel it even stronger, like tugging you, pulling you closer to the mirror. As you hold yourself back and try to keep it away, you manage to look around you and see what's going on, and you notice that walls are actually rising up out of the ground on either side of you and slowly rising up behind you as well. The similar walls of your room.
Okay. Upon that, then, I'm just going to, even with like the warmth sort of coming over, try to just fully ignore that, and I'm just stepping forward with almost like that slight bit of annoyance and anger.
Okay. You take these final steps towards the mirror, and as you do, you hear the grinding of stone, and the sky above you is obscured. You feel shadows settle all around you. The roar of the water completely fades away, and when you finish this stride towards the mirror, you quick look around, and with the mirror but a few inches away from you, you realize you're in your room like normal. The only light in the room is a single candle on your desk, as it throws your shadow stretching before you. The reflection in the mirror starts to flicker, and it darkens until you can barely even make out the room it's casting back at you. I promised you power if you fulfilled my request. A promise I will keep. A task you've yet to do, though I did not expect you to try so soon. While I do love your eagerness, as a reward for trying, I will give you a slight taste of what I can offer. A mere caress of what could be yours.
Hold on a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Why now?
As you're saying this, the reflection in the mirror shifts and warbles more, but a single part becomes clear as a hand reaches out from the dark mirror and just places itself on the inside of the glass. Just a palm.
Oh, you're doing this again, aren't you? Just like the first.
Take my hand, dear. Take it, and I will show you what you could achieve.
I feel like there's more that I need than just achievement at this point.
With the right words and the right motives, you can achieve anything, darling. I would know. We already made a deal. But just because a deal's been struck doesn't mean I can give you anything freely. You must accept it.
May I remind you that that deal was struck when you chose the most vulnerable part of my life to do so?
I contacted you When I learned of your existence, darling.
That's
While
it.
there is a connection between us, it is not one you can trace through the plains. If you hadn't made a short trip to a place near my home, I never would have known about you.
I just. I'm just sort of struggling, just sort of moving her head like around the room, just not exactly looking at the mirror initially, but always moving back to looking at it.
Yeah, the hand is still there. Just the one open palm on the inside of the mirror.
Can you at least be truthful with me?
I have never lied to you, darling.
No, but while that may be the case, you could have at least been a bit. I don't. Considering with some of the things that you've done, the things you've showed, little by little would have been better than a tsunami.
I can only take and mold what you provide. I can't make things for you, honey. I can only take what's already in your mind and step into it. Those things you saw were things you were making, not me. I merely inserted myself into them in order to show you that you can break out of them. I'm not the most patient of women, Christine. We made a deal, and I'm offering you a advance due to your enthusiasm you showed in the past.
I, at that point, would move my hand a little bit towards it, and just before I get close, I pause. At least your name, then. Truthful.
Well, we may have a deal, Christine. A name means a lot more to one of my kind than yours.
Then something of equivalent. How else can I be able to call you? Or not call you, but I need to know at least something. A voice isn't helpful. And a fake title doesn't help either.
If you place your hand on mine, you will see everything. If you wish, you may refer to me as Kahir. But if you wish to see me, not as a reflection of you, it's the last chance I'm giving you. If you don't do it, I'll take it all away.
Alright. Fine. Then just push my hand to the mirror.
With this, like, harumph of yours, you reach out and you press your hand on the glass opposite hers, and for a moment there's nothing. And then you feel a sudden sharp lance of pain shoot up your arm, and instinctively you try to pull away from the mirror, but it doesn't budge. You squint your eyes open as the pain lances through you, and you see that the other hand has pushed through the mirror and is grasping you around the wrist. Your vision starts to cloud over with the pain, and as they start to pull you, your hands pushing into the mirror, everything vanishes in the room. And there's a flash of light as you appear somewhere else entirely. Floating in the air, you look down at a peat bog, stinking, hot, fetid air with gnarled trees and rotting vegetation, and then flashes again, and you're falling towards a field of ice, familiar one you've seen before, with searing steam rising out of caverns deep underground. Then it flashes again into another view, and you're falling towards rivers of lava with red-brown cracked earth. And then again, as you're over an almost endless ocean with these porcelain white beaches. And then you pulse one last time and you appear in a searing desert, heat radiating down from above you. This time not just seeing it, but you stand there, you feel the sand on your feet. As you move, take a step forward, everything blurs around you and you're now standing in the middle of a city. There's bustling streets and you're surrounded by all kinds of creatures. These large, hulking monstrosities with white bone-like protrusions or glistening crystals of ice with steam coming off them. Little red-winged creatures flying all around. You take another step forward and you flicker up towards these massive palatial structure with domed roofs and painted arches, dozens of balconies covering its towers. And then again, you flicker again, and you're standing upon one of those balconies. And there's a door ahead of you, slowly starts to swing open. Stepping from within, you see a tall, slender woman with flowing red hair falling in ringlets around her. A thin satin dress clings to tanned skin, and a pair of massive bat-like wings fan out behind her. She locks eyes with you, and you feel there's an intensity behind her lilac eyes. She holds a comfortable smile as she takes another step forward and goes, "It's nice to finally meet you, face to face, my dear Christine." And you wake all kinds of the fuck up.
God damn it.
Christine be work as fuck now.
Oh, god damn it. Didn't even get a word.
Yeah, no.
Of course I won't. That makes sense.
So there you go. And now you can take your first level of Warlock.
Cool.
So what's everyone else want to do?
Yeah, it's the fucking morning now.
Oh, okay, cool.
Spit take.
I'd like to go downstairs as soon as I wake up and order breakfast.
Okay, you order breakfast. You get some. You get a nice. I think it's a porridge, but that was for Lyria. So now you also get porridge. A nice.
Fuck you, everyone gets porridge.
Nice
Everyone eats porridge, fuck you.
Nice hearty porridge. This is one of the establishments that have a set breakfast and dinner each night, and then they just they take stuff out if you don't like to eat it. But it's mainly just, porridge. They bring you a bunch of condiments like honey and sugar and any other, like, berries and stuff if you want to add them in.
So it's nothing new to Judas, because he's had this, like, 3 times before or something. Because we've been here for, like, 2-3 days.
Yeah, but they changed the breakfast up. They've had, like, sometimes it's a full, like, English breakfast, toast and bacon and sausages and all that, but this is, like, a rotation. Like, you're getting porridge for the day.
Judas will indulge in the porridge and see how much it, how good it tastes.
Better than military rations.
Yeah, better than gruel that you used to get. It's like, it's got the same, like, texture to it, but it's sweeter.
This is better gruel. Why did they not feed us this? Alright, they didn't want us to be happy. That's fine.
I like to think that I would have gotten up pretty early, so I don't know how early Judas gets up.
Crack of dawn.
Yeah, I feel like I'd probably get up around then. I'm not gonna order any food. And she's gonna sort of, like, sit off. Like, she'll probably, like, nod politely at Judas, but maybe avoid eye contact. And she's sort of gonna sit, like, a little bit of a distance away.
Okay.
Do you have a problem with me today?
No, sorry. I just need a little bit of time to myself.
Ah, yes, of course. Mr. Innkeeper, sir, bowl of porridge for her too, please.
I think the miss can order her own food.
That is true, but it is Saturday, most important meal.
I'm fine, thank you.
She's fine. She walks
Okay.
away.
Jakova, you said you're going to head out to find meat to go. So you're going shopping, basically.
I didn't want to interrupt people. Yeah, no, he's gonna give a pass on the breakfast.
Yep.
He's specifically gonna go out and look, see if he can find basically a raw meat a little closer to where he's from.
Fair. It's a bit stuff from all the savannah.
Yeah, more the savannah area, even if that's bug meat.
Fair enough. Annex, you conveniently wake up without any form of hangover, as well you were forcibly sobered up last night.
And
I
with
should probably still sleep in, to be honest.
Fair. And Christine, how do you wake up?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know when I'd wake up, but it probably ain't early. Or maybe it is, and then I would go back. I feel like the initial wake up would have been extremely sudden. And it's just the sort of thing where it's like I'm just like, fuck. Of course. Okay. And then I'd probably just ponder my room for about like an hour, just sort of thinking about what exactly happened, and then head my way down.
Well, on that happy note,
as everyone has breakfast in some fashion, we will move over to 8 days of downtime.
actually depends on how many days of downtime.
At
8
the
days is
minimum.
until the next land burner arrives.
Yeah, so 8 days is the minimum. If you know, 8 days is a question mark, because who knows how much downtime you guys.
Maybe I want to stay for 16.
It seems like
convenient.
not everyone's sort of sure about taking the land burner is a thing. So like if we don't have a unanimous vote, like we could walk, but it's gonna take a really fucking long time.
Yeah.
You
Like,
know,
is
we
it
can-
worth the resources for food compared to just taking the bloody thing?
I'm going to be completely honest here. I vaguely know where Highview is. Would I know where Highview is?
No.
Yeah, no, not really.
Not really. No.
You know that the hobgoblins never got to Highview.
I
For
know
some
it
reason.
I know Highview exists.
You assume there's a capital of the dwarves.
You know what? That's fair.
It's like how some people will assume there's like a gnome capital, but knowing that they're gone now. Bye, see you later.
I think I would know that Gipchu did exist at some point.
Yeah.
Cool place.
It was a nice place.
The only problem
Was.
I'm seeing here is like if we do walk, that's all the way through the Emerasian Empire, part of the Savannah, through the Union of Azeroth, and then there's this area up top that's called the Confederacy of Bad Pirates.
It's a joke name because it is an unclaimed area. No one
It's
one
unnamed.
claims it as part of theirs. Yeah, it's actually just unnamed.
Okay, does it have bad pirates?
Who knows? You've never been there before. Me and AJ like dumb
Yeah.
names.
Why don't we just took the route I took to get here? Go through the fiefdom, then the savannah, then through the wastes, and then through the pylons.
So I'm not in this conversation like realistically, but
Yeah. I'm just throwing out. I'm just throwing out suggestion here. I mean, I
What's
don't.
the
I don't
fiefdom?
know what this land burner does exactly. It might be. I heard that was mode of transportation. If it's faster than horse, maybe let's go. But I know I have business in the fiefdom, as well as Jakuvra, as he likes to be called. It is weird to me that he goes by that now. But I know we have business there, and if we need to make haste to the high view, then I can forego going that way.
So you will say this conversation can take place anywhere in the 8 days. The air quote 8 days. If you want to go by foot, it is over a month long trip. Last time it was a little bit cut short because you had a guide to go through what he thought was a pretty good way through the highlands, the stone pillars. Didn't go great as you kind of fell towards the gate.
Mhm.
Yeah,
You don't-
but
you don't have a
honestly,
You don't have a
but
guide, so you'd have to go the more generic route, which
Oh.
in and of itself it takes a little longer.
So through like the Union of Azeroth. And
Yeah,
then
all the way
through
across the
Bad
top, and
Pirates.
following the north coast, and then cutting across the established path.
'Cause
If you wanted to try and go Judas's way, that's a whole other thing. In
Also-
which case, Judas would have to lead you all, and who knows how well he remembers that path.
the wastes are always a bit of a thing as well.
Wastes were perfectly fine when we went in
You
there
know.
last time.
They
Alright.
got bug. We can eat bug meat.
All I can say is the north is totally safe, and there's nothing there that can harm any of you.
Well, there's plenty of things to harm us, just less things to protect us.
And
In my
my
mind, as Jakova says that, there's just that, like, the... as you just imagine its claws coming out of the darkness towards him.
but yeah, just a reminder, Christine knows it's a 4-day trip from Telnorus to Highview
Yeah,
on the
and I'm
Landowner.
pretty sure I mentioned that the night before, at least. I would have.
Or whenever you discussed it, because this is Mobius time right now. We're in
Well, yeah,
whatever day.
I would have mentioned it like
When you
beforehand
found out.
anyway, like when I found out. Yeah, if I didn't, whoops.
Nebulous, not Mobius.
Mobius can work as well. All words are made
No,
up.
that's a Sonic thing.
Either way, y'all can decide right now which way you want to go. Because if you want to go on foot, you can leave whenever you want. If you want to go via train, you have 8 days.
I vote Landburner.
One sec.
Landburner's fine with me.
Where exactly
Landburner.
was where exactly
Zero.
was where exactly was the thing that you want to go to, Judas?
The Absolem
He said-
15's that little orange squiggle right above the
Oh,
Embrace
that.
Empire.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Never been there,
It was
wouldn't know.
like, Burning Land sounds great.
Bitch, I know you were there.
Up, down. I mean, we could do a thing there, or we could do the Highview thing first. I don't know. Like, it's one of those things which we either do now, or we do much later.
Wait,
Christine
how long
doesn't
is
give a
it to the
shit.
fiefdom again?
The fiefdom it's 4 days to it's 3 days on foot to Andivine, and then a further 5 days from Andivine.
8.
Okay.
Right?
Just
Yeah,
like
no,
Foot
we won't be back in
reduced
time.
to 6 on cart.
Overall, yeah.
And that's one way.
Yeah, okay, so we would definitely not be able to make it back.
Yeah, if you were to
I
go
mean-
through and come back immediately, you'd come back to Telnorus in about 12 days.
Which is 11-ish.
11-ish if you turned around immediately and started heading back, because you'd save like part of a day.
It's just what's more important right now.
Christine's vote would definitely be towards Highview, if anything, but I don't think she's really going to push that vote initially.
I think Jeremy's current vote is Highview. I think that's the last time I discussed that with him. That's his main position.
But is it via Landburner or via road?
Probably Landburner.
Also, none of you know how much it'll cost for the card or that, but you can also just not take it and it's like
Does,
put it
does
leave
that
it here
does
somewhere.
that 20 not tell me?
No, you
never seen
only caught a Landburner once ever, and you didn't even pay for it.
No, Core paid for it.
It's a matter
Yeah.
like what you know is times, because you're like, oh, it's here now. Oh, it's not here.
Oh, it's
here
gone.
now.
Look at that shiny metal box outside my room.
But yeah, we
Yeah.
could just like stable our horses. That would probably not cost like crazy amounts.
It would, depending on how long you're gonna keep them stabled.
I mean, like, how much did it cost us when we went into the forest?
that we were only there
That
for
was
like,
free.
a couple.
That was free.
That
That's
was
right.
free,
Yeah.
that was paid for.
And we weren't even
I
there
don't
for that
imagine
long.
it would be like hundreds of gold though.
Probably not,
No.
as like normal people also stable horses and stuff in places to travel. You wouldn't want to
It's-
spend like 50 gold if you're going somewhere you
It-
can't take a horse.
It'd be at least 1 gold a day for the food alone, plus an additional lodging fee per day. So probably maybe 3 gold a day.
Okay.
I think there's actually might be cheaper than that. I'm trying to find the book that has it in.
That's not unreasonable.
No, but
Because I think just the horse feed is based on normal rations, I think is the math there. So
Yeah.
it's
I thought it was half rations.
half rations? It might be.
I,
You know
from
what,
what I
I'm
remember
flicking
from
through the
last
book.
time.
I'll find it out.
Yeah,
Either
he'll
way.
do math. Lodging is probably going to be less than
At least 2 gold.
at least less than 5 gold a day is the current estimate.
Okay.
We do have the money for that, but is it worth just selling and then rebuying, like when we need it.
Yeah, a horse is like what, 25 gold
It's-
Yeah. Per horse.
plus the carts.
It's
Yeah.
also entirely up to Osiris as well, considering he was the one that bought them.
That's a slight problem.
He's on his way home. He'll be able to tell you when he gets there.
Hey, look,
The cat.
all I'm saying is you don't have to worry about the donkey.
If he's on his way home, do you want to just take a break?
I don't. He said that like 10 minutes
Was he
ago,
like-
but I'm
oh,
not
okay,
sure
then he's-
how long that is for him.
We can
from his
discuss
work.
other things
Takes
that we
around
want to do.
30 to get home, so probably
30.
like another 20 to 10 minutes.
Okay, never mind then.
But yeah, we can put this nebulous conversation on hold and go through people.
Is that the buzzword of the session, AJ?
Nebulous.
Well,
Yeah,
don't
but
have
it's-
conversations in an unknown time period.
You're the one that wanted this.
It's sponsored by the word nebulous. Now go get your free candy. I don't know. Whatever.
Free candy?
What?
Sounds
Where's
good.
the free candy?
Yeah. Everyone-
I was told to go and hunt down these people that send out free candy.
D20 into the tower, everybody.
How much candy?
11 and a half.
Okay,
Wow.
looking through the books, trying to find how much horse feed is, plus plus like stabling and rationing and whatnot. It would cost you guys for both the horses and feeding them and storing the cart about 5 silver a day.
Oh,
Jesus, really?
less
That's
than
nothing.
Yeah, it's cheap as shit because horse
Yeah, I
feed's 5
think it-
copper.
Yeah, I didn't think it was much.
I
Yeah,
don't
so
know.
yeah, 5 silver a day. So for every 2 days you keep them, it's a gold coin.
So we could do it then.
If you look at the inventory, your money inventory, you have a decent amount of platinum plus 600 gold that you have. So,
Which you've
Yeah,
yet to
we-
assign.
Well, yeah, which I was going to ask about when the people had their items distributed, but everyone left, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever.
Wait a minute,
So, yeah.
did we get paid for that job? That we
Court-
just did?
No,
Claude
it
got
was-
paid
it was
for
from-
that job.
It was from Court's payment.
Ah,
I literally
Yeah.
was talking about it, and then no one wanted to do anything with it. So I was like, okay, fine, I guess nothing right now.
But Jimmy, no, you guys didn't get paid for the job you just did because the payment was a favor from Ralph. He said he can't pay you right now, but he'll do something for
Yeah.
you guys in the future.
Okay.
Speaking
So
of... So you go.
I was just gonna say, so literally, like the money that we have in like designated could be used for anyway.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've got 100 gold each left between split 3 between all of
Why
you.
should we need
Literally, with the gold you guys have sitting there, you have unassigned. You can pay for a Lamberta ticket for everyone.
Yeah,
600 gold sitting there. So
that actually is a good
And then
idea.
you've got another 490...
96 platinum,
Yeah,
which is
Yeah, we do.
4,000, which is 4,960 gold,
just
We need money.
amongst the group of you.
I
and then
just need
578 gold in some people's pockets, and 51 pieces. Of
We have 10k.
You've got money.
What? I need,
Probably
Yeah,
don't.
You got
I
paid
need
quite
like
a lot.
what 150 platinum then, just to
Yo,
get
guys,
some
let's go
armor.
buy an airship.
That wouldn't be selfish, right? Just
What?
spending 150 platinum to get a goddamn suit of plate mail.
You don't
Talk
have
to people
100...
who have the money.
Yeah, you don't have the money.
Yeah, I know.
No.
Anyway, well, that roll I made. Tez, what's your first activity you want to do on your downside? in your downside?
Oh man. Honestly, since we're in Telnarus, I kind of want to look into seeing whether or not I can speak with the Sovereign.
Okay.
Okay. Are you going by yourself, or do you want to take anyone with you, or does anyone want to go with her while she goes to do this?
It's honestly, it's a little bit of a private thing because it's sort of like
Yo, I'm dying.
I want to like speak to him and let him know about what happened, what really happened to Court. Because I'm assuming like he would have found out Court died, but he doesn't really understand like everything that happened behind it. And he was friends with Court, so I feel like he deserves to know. So
Cool.
I'd probably go on my own.
Okay, I'm just
Alrighty.
sending Daring one thing, and we can begin with that. And
I'm just ready for that.
there you go. The plus means the same number.
Cool, thanks.
So, you begin on your first activity in your downtime to make your way to the Crowned Ward. To do so, you have to go through the Sky Ward at least, so it's going to take at least an hour to do this. As you start making your way into the Sky Ward, it's just the normal hustle and bustle of noble folk, similar to being in the Magus Ward, the Magus District in Ghislaine. From what you've seen, there's just a lot of nobles walking around, talking to each other. I would like for you to roll a perception check.
Okay.
A noise catches your eye, and as you move to...
Catches your eye?
A noise catches your eyes, because she can see noises now. That's how cool Selena is. I'm giving her that power.
Thank you.
As you hear a noise, you look up to see where it's coming from, and as you do, you don't see as someone a little bit shorter than you bumps into you, and you just hear, "Oh, sorry," as it ducks into a corner, into an alleyway nearby, and you just hear, "We have to find her! Search everywhere!"
Oh.
And you see, as you stop for a moment, as they duck into the alleyway, about 3 guards wearing the usual armor of Avarice come running around the corner, looking, and they just run off somewhere else.
Oh. I'm just gonna check my pockets just to see if nothing was pilfered.
You do a quick check of your pockets. You have not been pickpocketed, no.
Okay. This honestly isn't my concern. Because for all I know, they could just be someone who's stole some bread. And I'm not gonna track them down.
You
for
can
that.
roll an intelligence.
Fuck it, why not?
Yeah, forget about it.
Probably not stealing bread in the noble district.
That's a fair point, but they might have snuck in. You never know.
Stealing Grand
Yeah,
Rasen
as
is
they...
Yeah.
So this person's completely out of sight now?
Well, it's they literally hid in an alleyway, just around, just past you. As you wait there for a moment, kind of thinking about what to do, you see them poke their head out and look around, and they just start to casually walk out.
Can I get a look at what this person looks like?
Yeah, they look like basically a slightly darker skinned human. Not black. It's just tanned.
Olive tan color, yeah.
There you go, olive skin. That's the right word. And they're wearing a really a rather well made dress and some kind of lacy gloves and stuff. And they are kind of hoisting up this dress a little bit as they're walking out from the alleyway. They appear to have been running a little bit.
And then stop, as they're looking around, they sort of stop and then just try and get rid of the dirt that's present in this district off the clothes.
So they addressed me, and just then saying, "Are they gone?"
Yeah.
Yeah, they went the other way. Is everything okay?
No, just fine. Just I wanted to get out of the house a little, and they don't like that.
Oh. That you're under guard?
My father has hired some mercenaries in the guards to keep an eye on me.
I remember what that was like. Well, I guess have fun.
Yeah, she has a quick glance in the sky. Oh, I have to have a good day, and she just walks away.
Yeah, I ain't gonna dob her in. That's I don't know if that's an ability that's being locked up. They deserve to get out sometimes.
Right. So you continue your way towards the Crown Ward, and towards the Skystone Castle. You've been there once before, so you remember. Well, more than once actually, but you've went there once rather recently with Court, and there's a slight somberness as you walk up alone towards this building.
Yep.
You see the standing guards across this path. There seems to be one probably every 15 feet standing up, much like the soldiers in England. Lot
None
less
of them
stiff.
block your passage, but it's as you walking up towards it, you see there's a rather large room, and it appears petitioners who are coming forward to ask things of nobles that are gathered in the area, and there's a few clerks and whatnot there who are talking to people. Yeah.
As you walk up. You see, standing at the front talking to a bunch of the guards, there seems to be this a man that you'll probably recognize as a steward, or pretty much like the king's right-hand man in terms of managing people in the establishment. Seems to be talking to a bunch of guards. He seems to be talking a little bit frantically about something. He's still at a distance away, but he seems to be rushing through, and the guards are all quickly staying to attention, making sure that they're hearing. And then after he talks to them for a second, they all start splitting off and running away.
Okay. So I guess I'm assuming the steward is the person you need to approach for this sort of stuff.
Yeah, there's a few of them. This would be the head steward. That guy is the one talking to people. There's a few of them around. There's also him briefly alone for a moment.
Well, if he's not busy, I'll just politely approach.
Yep, you walk up towards him. He has a slightly frantic look, and he pulls out a handkerchief and mops out his forehead, and he looks at him and goes, "Oh, I did not see you there. Hello, welcome to the Sandstone Castle. Are you a petitioner or of some matter to be addressed? Sorry, we're a little busy today."
Sorry, it seems like an inopportune time. I was just wondering whether or not I could get a message to the Sovereign.
Just a message?
Well,
we can jot something down and take it to him if you'd like.
Yes, it's more to do with Court to Shane and the person who was traveling with. He may have met with them. How many months ago was it? Was it 2 months at this point?
It's been about 3.
Yeah, about 3 months.
We spoke with him 3 months ago, and I just thought I would relay some information to him directly about Court.
That is quite nice indeed. The Sovereign has been he does miss his friend, but I can pass a message to him if you have one to give. It might take a while. I cannot guarantee you'll hear back from him, though. He is a busy man.
That's okay. I have a little note written up that if
He
this is good.
puts his hand out to take it.
Basically, I won't bother writing it up, but it's basically the usual sort of thing, being I probably won't directly write down who I am, but I'll say from Selena, basically.
Yep. So you hand him the note you've written probably the night before or something.
Yeah.
And he takes it and he's like, "I will pass it along as soon as I can. Is there anything else I can help you with?"
No, that will be all. Would it be okay if I just waited here for a little while just to see if I do hear from him?
That's absolutely fine. There are seats just over there anyway. There's a little area of people who are there's some older people who are sitting down who are waiting, and there's a few others dressed in all sorts. He just points you basically in that direction.
Thank you.
As he said, as you start to walk away, you notice he looks up and there's a few more guards moving towards him. Make a perception check.
Okay. Hey.
20. Okay. As you're moving away, you catch the briefest bit of conversation from this major domo guy to the guard's approach, and he's just like, "Have you found her yet?"
No, my lord. We've sent some men down to the lower districts, but he hasn't said anything yet.
And the Sovereign?
In his room, waiting to find her himself.
Please check that again. He has a tendency of flying off as well. That's the last bit you hear before you leave earshot.
Does he have a daughter?
Make a history check.
Yeah, I'll make a history check.
With advantage because of where you raised.
Thank you.
Royalty and all.
Next minute I roll a 1 and a 2.
Just double ones.
It'd be hilarious.
Fucking
3
almost.
and a 7.
You know he has a
His
couple of children.
family.
Yeah, he's got. His wife is the Empress Isabella, who is known as a drow, which only you just realize what that really means.
I kind of gather that like she's got pointy ears like me, so maybe she's elvish.
Yeah, it's kind of like more than that though, but it's one of those things that everyone knows about the Drow Queen because it's kind of a big deal in the world, especially in Telmer, especially in Emery's.
I just have a little more understanding of what that actually means now.
Yeah. And you know he has kids.
He has
two. You can't
children.
remember. Yeah, you can't remember their genders though.
With the because did I roll a perception when I saw her, or I can't remember if I did.
You
or
got a
not.
good
I don't
look
think
at
I
her,
did.
but
Did I see? Oh well, I am imagining I probably didn't see pointy ears.
no, it was.
No, it just looked like a
she
human
looked
with
really
olive
human.
skin.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
If you'd like, you could make another history check though, just flat.
Yeah. Okay.
It's just more information you might know because of where you were raised. Nope, never mind.
I didn't go out very much.
Neither.
That's exactly why you roll that
yeah.
to begin with.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Just as a character assumption, I'm going to assume that she's probably like the daughter of the sovereign. And it gives me a little bit of happiness that she is kind of like breaking out and being rebellious, because that's good. Like having a bit of rebelliousness and like freedom is kind of nice.
Yep.
So I'm not seeing this situation as like, oh no, the sovereign's daughter's gone missing. It's more like, yeah, she's just gone out for a little daytime stroll.
Just because I want to be mean. Make another history check.
Oh god.
I want to see if
Here we
there's
go.
something I could remind you of.
Jesus.
Natural one. Yeah, you're just like, isn't it nice? She gets to get out of the castle and have a
Give
great
her
time.
inspiration.
I'm
It's
really, really glad
great.
that I rolled badly, because I just want to believe that.
Yep.
Would you
absolutely
take an
believe
inspiration or not?
How long does Selena wait here?
I'll wait about an hour or so, but if I feel like the sovereign's got too much on his plate, which I'm assuming he does at the moment, I'm probably just going to leave for now. And I'm sure if the sovereign wants to get in touch with me, I'm sure he'll find a way.
For the hour you're waiting there, the majordomo guy, the head clerk, he never leaves the room. He's still got your note. You watch him at one point tuck it into his jacket, but he never leaves the room as guards come and go, and he talks to people, and his other clerks come up and he talks to them and sends them off. Do you attempt to eavesdrop on any of the conversations, or do you just wait patiently?
I think I'll wait patiently for a while, but once I realize look, this is probably not the best day, I'll come back another day.
Yep.
So I'll give it a couple of days for things to blow over. I'm assuming nothing happens in that hour, so
Yeah,
I'll
no.
probably just head off.
Yeah, nothing else if you just choose to wait. And then, you leave.
Okay.
Who's up next?
Next up is Annex and Christine. At the same time, so one of you can pick to go first. Also, hello Jeremy, welcome.
Hey, Jeremy.
Welcome, Jama.
Sup, y'all?
Welcome, Jeremy.
I don't mind if
Roll a
Ian goes
d20 per
first.
tower when you get in.
Oh, I am.
You might upshift this whole process. You did in fact upshift this whole process. What's your
Well, I did do.
downtime?
What's my downtime?
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
Let me find the page of ships I have more.
No one else has robots for me.
Who's being robots exactly?
Apparently us for Mim.
Oh,
Oh,
Shit.
maybe leave,
Maybe
call, come
Secretly,
back in.
just robots.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
Leave and rejoin call and see if that fixes it. And then refresh. We might change the servers and stuff for the call.
testo, does it work?
Are we Robros?
Do I sound
What?
like a Robro?
Robros.
Oh,
It might be a connection.
Robo Bros.
Can you speak and see if you're Robro to us?
But can she understand us?
Wait, power right next to me. She's oh shit.
Okay, that
Fun.
might be thingy.
What's your bar at? Is it yellow or red?
Alright, well, maybe we'll go check some stuff. Hopefully we'll come back. This is a perfect time to have Jeremy do his thing.
Cool.
And then, if she needs more time, we'll have Christine do her thing.
I swear
Should-
I wrote shit down. But...
I'm assuming you guys have been relaying all the info over to him.
No.
Nah,
Well,
I have, don't worry.
I tuned in when I could to listen to the stream, so I got a rough idea what's going on, but I missed all of the start. So
That's fine.
The start was basically, hey, do we want to go on the train today? And they're like, let's go find out. And everyone else was like, no, I want to go to sleep.
Yeah,
So-
I went to just check to see what direction that Lambert was going in. Was going to Highview, leaves that day. I was like, yeah, it's not happening. Because we have
I went-
shit in the gear house waiting for us.
So then it's
I
8
went
days
to do
away.
the big sad. That was about it.
okay. I swear I wrote something down.
If it's that stuff that is it more than the stuff you've given me, or?
It was a description,
Okay.
descriptor of the different levels
Thingies.
of the
Okay.
the tower.
I have a note that says you want to go learn some file shit.
Yeah.
That's all I got from you.
First things first. Is my nail ready?
Yes.
My ticket. Or...
The
next day, yes.
The next day, both the necklaces and this nail have been constructed for whoever wants to pick them up. So during this 8 days of downtime, the girls can go pick up these necklaces,
Oh, hell yeah.
and you can go get your nail at any point. Like, you get a message from Baylov the next day, Christine, saying that everyone's stuff is done.
Did I get a response from our question?
No.
No.
Of course I didn't. Thanks.
You have
Can't-
fucking 25 words. It's pretty limiting responses.
Could have at least just said, no, we don't need you. By the way, your shit is ready.
Wow.
Okay, so let's play it out. He sent you, hey, thank you for your work. You
I'm
asked him-
joking, I'm joking, I'm joking.
No, you ask him a question, and then the next day, he has to remember to answer your question and tell you that your shit's done? No, he's just gonna tell you your shit's done.
Isn't he an elephant?
Yeah, but you've met
He's a
him.
busy elephant.
Wow, that's just racist.
Don't be racist, Kim.
Wow.
Yeah, Kim.
Wow.
Don't be racist.
I know she left for other things, but that's good timing.
It was good timing, yeah. I think she restarted Discord.
That was hilarious.
As you, yeah.
You see, you get your nails. What is there anything else you would like to do? This is basically
Yeah.
day one of the downtime.
Yeah. So I promised I'd go back to go see old mate about the file tech stuff.
Yep. You go and have another meeting with Muldoon as you approach the area where his section of the gear house is. Jeremy can take it away. Oh, actually, before that, you see this Tabaxi man work past, start walking as he's going for things like, oh, hello, did you want something?
Well, it's not exactly scheduled, but I'm here to see Muldoon again.
Boss, the turtle is back, and Giuseppe is going on break.
He
Muldoon
stabbed
comes-
himself in the third person.
Yes. As Giuseppe the Tabaxi walks out, walks past you, Muldoon comes walking into view at this point, and he's just like, "Well, goddamn, I didn't expect you to be back." And he's gone as he watches the cat walk outside. What do you want?
Well, I promised that I'd be back more interested in this file tech idea that I have. Although the whole defense thing seems to be more up other people's alleys, but I am interested in something. If you have a moment to talk about it.
Well, you caught me at a time where I'm doing nothing else, so... Well, you want to take a seat or something? There's tables, there's chairs, or you can just stand. They're not really made for ones of our size.
Yeah, mind you, of one of our disposition, and I tap my shell on my back and how it hangs down past where my ass would sit on a chair. Chairs are classified as difficult terrain for me.
Alright, wise guy, what is it you want to talk about?
That's good.
I have this idea, but I'm not quite sure how we go about executing it, hence the professional help.
Well, you had an idea yesterday as well. What are you interested in?
I want a cane, or something of a cane-esque size that's hollow that I'm able to play as a sort of a larger flute.
A
But
cane
I'm
flute.
interested in some sort of file tech augmentation to it.
Well, initially he looks bored, like a cane flute, and you say file tech, he's like, a file flute? A file flute disguised as a cane?
Yes.
A file flute disguised as a cane? Can it be a gun? well, you don't know what guns is, but it's like, can it shoot? Like, can we make it do explosions?
I believe that comes up to, what do they say? Artistic interpretation?
It actually doesn't. It comes up to limiting factors in manufacturing. Alright, come with me. And he gets up and like walks into his workshop. And you see like stuff all over the fucking walls with like blueprints and design. And he's just like, so something disguised as a cane, that's absolutely doable. File tech is a bit difficult to disguise in and of itself, but we can do some work. It'll cost a little more to make it. Do you want it to actually be concealed, or is it just you want it to have a type of grandeur to it?
A type of grandeur. After all,
Okay.
one is a performer, likes to have shiny things, so to say.
Okay, then ignore the extra cost. We can work that in fine. So a cane flute. Now, I'll need to get someone in who knows a bit about instruments, but do you have any particular idea about what you want said cane flute to do? In terms of things, in terms of just generic weapons, we could turn this cane flute to something you could hit someone with that could blast elemental energy or knock them back or push people away or knock them down or etc, etc. If you wanted to do more shiny, funny stuff with that, well, so there's interesting possibilities, but that's more of a Ghislanian specialty. There's some pricks over that way who are working on mixing magic and a file tech together. I could send some boys out to find out what I can, but that'll add more time and potentially more money.
Yeah, I'm interested in the pushback,
So just standard elemental effects.
if that is doable.
That's absolutely. It's a thing like this. And then he walks over and he grabs just like basically like a club that's got like a firework mechanism. It's mainly made of metal and stuff, but it's basically just a club. And he just pops out a little section halfway down it, and he's just like, you know, it works. I'm assuming you stick a file in here, you pull the trigger here, and then it activates. If you put the right file in here, different shit goes off. For instance, you want to knock someone back, and he slots like an it's like bluish, wispy-looking file in here. That's an air file. You hit the button here, and the entire like club starts to glow with this like whitish blue energy. And then if you hit something, it goes flying backwards, and he just turns like smacks a desk, and it goes flying across the room into a wall.
Amazing.
You got it.
Impressive.
Yeah, pretty simple stuff. So that's a basic file experiment, if you will. But again, depends on what you're after. If you wanted something a bit more fancier than generic elemental effects, then that changes how we work the mechanism. This is the question I'm getting at. If you want generic elemental effects, it's one setup. If you want other effects, it's a different setup for the mechanism.
Well, I'm unfamiliar with these other effects that you keep talking about. Is there...
Okay, fine. And he puts the club down and picks up, literally like a sword, and he takes the same file out of the club and just puts it into the sword. And you can see the file's like half empty. And it's like, well, this one's set up in a different way. So, for instance, when you activate an air file with the sword here, and he triggers it, and you watch as like the sword glows that same bluish energy, but then like that energy extends past the end of the blade, and it's like it has a bit of extra reach, if you would give it that. Rather than the energy being burst forth on impact, it's contained in a sort of makeshift extension to the weapon's range.
would be handy for a melee fighter.
Now, there's a possibility of having something worked with both. That requires a file switch worked in, but that's more money in and of itself to run two separate mechanisms running off the same file work. Cheaper than running two separate files, though.
Of course. And you don't have any files that are more suited to a backline caster?
He looks over. He has like a wall of files. There's so many. He's like, this is just a test to show you what this is an idea for, friend. Depending on the tool you use, changes what it can do. If you want to have something, for instance, a file work onto a bow, it can make the arrows fly further. It can make the arrows light on fire. You want to have file work into it. This is why I said if you want to mix it into like, if you want to make the flute part of it more the file instead of the cane, it's a bit different stuff. I have to get some men in from Ghislaine. There's some fireworks out in Stormcaller's Bay. They're the ones who do all this shiny stuff. We handle working with basic tools. Injecting magic into it is a bit more their speciality. I can get it done. Like I said, I'm just gonna need some time to get a boy out there so he can bring back some information.
I think that perhaps the pushback effect. So if somebody gets too close to me, I can put them back within a more comfortable range.
Yeah, you could also just put this one in. He pulls like a red file. It's like this: if you hit someone, they light on fire. And if you put this one, if you hit them, I don't really know the word for it, but it gets zapped by electricity. This one here, if you hit him, it'll knock him to their ass. And he pulls like a brown file. This one will blind him, and this one, it's like, what it can do is based on what file you put in there. It's just, like I said, standard elemental effects. The air will do knockback. The earth one will do knockdown. Fire will light him on fire, etc.
Well, that sounds like a plan. I'm interested.
Alright. Well, base price of something like this with labor and whatnot, you're looking about standard enchantments to make sure it can withstand the force of it is about 500 gold plus the work of the actual tool itself and then the extra file mechanism. Basically, you're looking at 750 gold pieces for a standard fireworks equipment plus the cost of the item itself. So if you want a cane, probably not going to be too expensive on top of that.
Alright, I know this is presumptuous and I'm sure people of your trade absolutely loathe this question, but is there a rough time period that you can put on this?
He looks at it. Well, I'll just have one of my boys work on it. We can get it done in just under a week, I believe. It's just a standard. It's not too, honestly. He walks over and checks something at Ross and he's like, yeah, no, honestly, it's not something too crazy. We can get this done in about 6 days. And the whole difficult part of it really is just reinforcing and repairing and setting it all up. But if you want it done sooner, prices go up and time halves.
Of course. I think I'll take the standard rate.
Alrighty, well, we'll do this. He goes to a ledger off the side and it's like, if you want to pay some up front, some later, that's up to you. But it looks like, given the tools, I could probably rework staff and let's say 780 gold.
Let me do some maths real quick.
If you want to put a deposit and come back later, I'll be looking for at least 100 gold down payment.
Nope, I'll pay up front because I do not like to get it.
Fair enough. Basically, in all intents and purposes, it's going to be all firework gear is +1 by nature.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be the equivalent of let's say a firework. It'll be a quarterstaff, except you won't have versatile. Instead, you'll have finesse.
Okay.
And then
my dex is worse than my strength, but that's fine.
Oh.
Well, you can choose to not use the strength side. It means because it's a cane, pretty much.
Yeah.
Actually, make it because you need to also make it a flute. Let's just say 800 round.
800 round?
Just because he needs to get someone in to actually make a cane into a flute and make it sound good.
That's fair. That's okay. Yep.
Yeah, 20 gold for that. It's not too bad.
While also making it still work with the file stuff worked into it and not ruin each other.
I pay up front.
The whole amount?
The whole amount. I assume that they come with maybe some example files with it, of course.
He looks at you, make a persuasion check.
Fuck. I have inspiration. Is that from this session or from last session?
It's from this session. You want to use it?
Oh, it's
Yup.
Vincent, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I do.
Go for it. You can use inspiration.
+8, damn.
In fact, when you get a 7, you end up with a 15. It's crazy.
Better.
23. He looks at you, and there's a stone expression for a bit, and he goes, since you did come back and you're paying the full amount up front, I'll throw in 2 files. They're not gonna be fancy ones, but I'll toss you in an air file since you're particularly inclined with that whole knocking people back idea. And if you want, I can poke you in the direction of a generic other file. I'll give you a list of 3, you can pick from that. How's that sound?
That sounds more than reasonable.
Alrighty, there'll only be 2 uses in each file, but they'll do what you want. If you bring a file back, the actual container itself, it is cheaper to refill than it is to replace.
Oh, that's fair. Cool.
So don't lose them.
It's like
No.
glass bottles.
Pretty much, yeah.
Recycle.
Recycle, reuse, or yeah.
Save the planet.
Yeah, so I'll figure out which other file he'll offer you, but you have that ordered. So in 6 days, your cane flute will be ready.
I now have 21 gold left to my name.
How much?
Hell yeah, dude.
21.
Well, you're going to be tipping into that 600 gold no one's claimed yet.
Hey, that's in the bag of holding, which is on my person.
Alright, that's your first one. Kim,
Yeah.
what is Christine doing for her downtime shenanigans?
So honestly, like I've been thinking for the past week, and I don't think there's anything that she really needs to do within the Amorosian Empire in particular, or even within Telnorus itself. Like, most of my downtime is probably just going to be me just moving about, and for probably a few days just wander around and just a bit of shopping, really. Like,
Is there
potentially
anything
more
particular you're looking for?
magical.
Well, convenient you say that. Scrolling down to locations of interest. 1 second.
Yeah, it's just because otherwise, like, I don't really see much else unless asked for certain things, especially with everything that kind of happens. She wants, especially for the first few days, she wants to keep a slightly lower profile just in case. But yeah,
So the majority of the magical stuff in the city is from the file. It's from the gear house.
yeah,
It's a pretty big thing, and it kind of pushes out all other competition. There is one other apothecary in the city, which is called Concoctions and Components, which is quite literally just like a place that sells, like, well, minor potions and components for spells. It also sells like paper and stuff for wizards and whatnot, and special inks and incenses and shit like that.
So my question then is with the gear house, is it like more of like a store style thing, or is it just purely commission based stuff?
Everything is commissioned. They
Yeah,
because
that's
they
not gonna
get a lot of orders, but they don't just like make stuff to sell. Actually, there is a few things they make to sell, but it's usually things that like they were gonna sell to other people, and then those people never came back.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, none of all of that right now.
Okay.
So you're basically just wandering the city and trying to idly look for something to buy.
Most likely, yeah. Then.
Then do me a favor and roll a perception.
Okay. I'm not planning on doing too much. I'll probably just use inspiration.
Go for it.
There you go. Bit better. Just a bit.
Alrighty, more fun things you then hear. Cool. As you're wandering around looking for something of more magical persuasion, you're moving between the different wards as you spend your mornings. You also see these same signposts with the missing persons posters. You see more signs of Crescendo's tour, though it currently says on hold. You see the same signs, the same posters you've also seen about the. Well, you hear these like some guards over talking about the temple recruitments basically season coming up for warriors and knights, soldiers. God, I've hiccups out of nowhere. It's really annoying. But there's one thing you catch that is a little bit more comprehensible. As you're moving through, there's a pair of Dragonborn that are kind of talking off to one side, and it's one of those things you don't mean to listen in, but you do kind of hear. And they mention, you hear them talking. There, one of them's just like, "I really hope everyone's okay." The other one's like, "It'll be fine. Their specialty is exactly what they're dealing with. Spirits and whatnot are handled all the time." There, it's like, "I understand the Boneholers know what they're doing, but it's not normal, you know? It's like, our brother is okay." And basically, as you're moving, you hear like there is some unrest currently rising up in the Union of Azeroth as well.
What? I'm forgetting.
No,
I'm
it's-
drawing a blank. What was the Burnhallers again?
So you actually haven't heard of the
No?
Boneholers very much.
Okay.
It is something you know of because of your ridiculous geography roll you made ages ago.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, there's like a town of sorts in the Union of Azeroth, which is called Boneholes Grotto, and it is pretty much like a massive grave site. You don't know a lot about it. You just know there are people there who work there who pretty much collect the dead from all over Union and take them there for disposal. It had something to do with some plague that came through before, due to the incorrect disposal of bodies in the past, and so this group now exists to stop that from happening.
Okay. But besides that, that's mainly it then, yeah.
Yeah, you learn a tidbit about shit going on currently in the world.
I will just sort of keep that, not really approach or anything like that, but I might try to just sort of, like, as I move past, I might just sort of take like a slight turn to go just slightly out of sight just to see if there's anything more, like, from the conversation.
So basically, you take your moment to eavesdrop a bit further?
Yeah.
Okay. You pretty much hear that these two people are talking. They have a relative who's a part of this group. You don't catch the name of it, but from what you hear, they've sent word that something is going down in the Boneholders, and spirits and restless dead are returning for some reason, and they're just like, they're pretty much saying, like, stay, like, for now, stay away. Like, they're handling it, they think, but they're taking care of it. They don't know what's changed, but something is different there.
They might have it. We don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, just sort of gather what I can, then just sort of, as I assume, like, conversation that dies down, just sort of move back on and just continue moving forward.
Sweet.
Alright,
You keep wandering the streets and looking for things to buy. If you do think of anything, just message AJ or myself.
Yeah.
And we can jump on down to Mim. Are you good to go, or are you still having problems?
Good.
Okay, that's good.
What are you doing?
Yeah. How are you spending your first instance of downtime? This will not.
Okay.
You sound
Yes.
fine.
Okay, good. I think the issue's resolved now. Okay, after, I want to go around to different shops, and I want to buy a little Valorian a little trinket of his choice, provided it's not ridiculously expensive.
That's a good thing, because the first thing you ask for is ridiculously expensive.
Yep.
You're like, what do you want? A golden chalice.
Started with rubies, and also opal.
Maybe get inscribed with
How about we give you a price range of 20 gold?
He literally, like, you go try and find a trinket store. I'm just gonna roll on the trinket table, I mean.
Yeah, you can find a random trinket. This will basically be a roll to see what he's interested in grabbing.
He picks up a walking cane, like, bigger than him, and he's like, this is cool. And he, like, starts flying it and starts, like, skating it along the ground, and as it does, it just, like, starts sparking as he's walking. As he's flapping this, like, large walking cane around.
Yeah, I'll buy for him.
Now I can hit things.
He starts like swinging it like a club, like he's holding like the halfway swinging like the rounded end just through the air as if he's like striking at something.
It'd probably be
He
about.
appears excited.
It'd be like maybe 7 gold.
7 gold, easy.
Yeah, it's one of those items that's like it's a quotes magical.
Yeah.
It's basically like enchanted with a cantrip.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I'll happily buy that for him. He helped out in the little heist thing, so.
He thanks you in his impish ways, which is not telling you to fuck off.
Yeah, that's an improvement.
Anything else for this current day, or?
No, for the most part after that, it'd probably just be mostly like relaxing around, just sort of trying to get a better relationship with Bilbao.
Okay, move on to Jakurva then.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing on your first
So
day?
this is the first day, correct?
We're not gonna do everyone's. We're not gonna go day by day. We're just gonna be like.
I don't know. That's fine.
you
Just
know.
would it be inappropriate to assume I probably would have walked with Osiris to the place?
You can absolutely have.
Yeah. Well, basically, where we split paths is I basically go in and I look around to see if my explosive friend is there.
Yeah.
You know what?
Perception? Or
I'm just seeing what this means to Darren.
Okay. You look over. He is there, and he has not noticed you yet.
I'm just gonna ask at the, I guess the middle desk. You know where we walk in. Mind if I pop over and just say hello to someone? After that, I'll be back here because I kind of have a query as well.
Sure.
Cool.
As long as you don't interfere with work. And the little dwarf one, he calls out from the side.
Choo gives a Leonin thumbs up.
He glowers at you a little because he definitely recognizes you from the other day.
Oh, I wasn't hiding the other day, so...
Yeah, exactly. They remember the random lion man who lit his hand on fire and punched a wall and then started fighting with an eye.
Yeah,
Yesterday.
I approach over to the guy and see if... Was he at the backseat? I'm trying to remember. Because I can't remember what we said he was, but... I approach quietly at first to, not disturb whatever he's doing immediately.
See, he's currently like buffing out this piece of reinforced, this piece of copper that's on the wall for splash walls and stuff. He seems to be cleaning it as there's a giant fist dent in the middle as well, and all this black powder. And he starts rubbing. He's like, might have to get a replacement.
Do you need a hand?
Oh fuck! It's right. You!
He backs away, clutching the little rag who's standing in front of him, to protect himself. He's like,
Is that really how you treat guests?
You punched my fucking... Look what you did! He just punches his walls this. It's a pretty decent punch, Les. You're rather large. And
It's a wall. Who cares?
he does! He points to the blowfish man, who's he's not paying attention. He seems to be reading something. He's like, I'm on my last man. I don't want to replace everything. We have a budget, and this is a lot.
Cool. I came to ask you a question.
As long as I don't... Yeah, whatever. What is it?
Well, first off, why are you so afraid? Come closer, and I will step towards him.
He steps
he
back.
steps back.
I would like this distance between us, please.
You're no fun.
No. Not anymore. Not since the accident.
Do I see this happening?
It's a rather loud conversation.
So, how hard would it be to replicate that explosion yesterday with a magical effect?
That was magical. If you're talking a spell, it's just using firebolt to set a rag on fire.
And then punching a wall.
Look, magic ain't my specialty, so I wouldn't be able to tell. But that makes sense, I think.
You could use alchemist fire and just light your hands on fire. That's a potion.
You could hook some sort of punchy mechanism with a file, but that's not us.
Well, you know this place anyway. What department would I have to look at regarding potentially gauntlets? Referring to my bone ones I have on at the moment.
What do you want to do with them?
I gesture to the wall.
File, guys. But the turtle's going.
They can pack more of a punch, I imagine.
Yeah.
Cool. When I figure out something, I want to meet up with you and you're gonna come help me test. You can record the data.
Or I stay here, claim my nice copper backdrop, and I pay you 1 gold to never talk to me again.
You'll see me again. It's nice to see you. And I still walk off.
As you walk away, you just say, please take the gold.
As he's pointing at Osiris, he sees that Osiris is walking to the direction and is stopped to look at this traumatizing event that's happened to this poor tabaxi
How much did Osiris see of that, now that I think about it? He was busy the whole time, wasn't
I'm
he?
pretty perceptive.
He didn't see what happened yesterday, but he saw this as he was walking past. He full on stopped as he heard this scream and turned to have a look, I'm assuming, and then continued to walk when you were done.
When he's done and walking away, I want to say into the guy's mind that he was just talking to, he's totally going to eat me.
I already know that, me!
Cool. It's all one.
Yeah, that's the mental response you get because he doesn't realize.
Yep.
I guess
Well, I don't get a response, but that's
Yeah.
fine.
I guess I'm heading to a similar department to Osiris then, unless the middle desk stops me heading over that way.
No, you found out where you're going. They seem to have a look, and you like sort of just following your total friends. They're like, oh, well, they came in together.
There's a bit of a moment where, like, because he's ahead of you, he goes in first, and you have one of those, like, I can't remember what it's called. It's like when Giuseppe, when he's walking past, he kind of like almost bumps into you, and then you both step left, and then you both step right, and then you both step left. It's like that thing is like, Giuseppe, go this way, you go that way, okay, and then you both step the same way again. It's like,
Yeah. It's like, I'll go left, you go right, but they're both the same direction.
Yeah, exactly. There's a brief moment, and then he just like stops and like lets you go around him, and then he keeps walking away.
Just picks him up, turns around, puts him down.
Yeah,
go
just to provide the time difference, so it's like at this point, Osiris's thing is like wrapping up. You saw all the things that happened there, but it's now you're coming in after Osiris is like wrapping up his thing.
How much of it would I have overheard? That's...
You would have
He
heard,
wasn't
like,
being quiet.
yeah.
Like you watched him blast a desk across the room. Like
You learned about all the details and stuff about.
Yeah, no,
how
I think
this
he would have
was.
answered my question unintentionally.
Yeah.
Okay, I like you. You're helping
Yeah.
my friend.
you're gonna talk to Muldoon directly because he's at a table, but someone else is like,
That's
"Can I
fine. It's
help
more like
you?"
just saying it out if they don't. Yeah. What my friend just had explained to him in there. Some of that sounds cool. How much could you mess with shield gauntlets like the Leonin wear?
Well, Burn is gonna shatter. We probably
That's-
have to
I'd have to look to upgrade, I'm aware.
reinforce it with some sort of metal so it doesn't explode on you every time you want to put a file in. But it shouldn't be too done. We've had a couple of the head of the guard, Zillion, and he had his stuff customized.
Do you think you could do stuff, Basically, I'd be looking for both, keeping people close to me and away from the others sort of stuff. Also,
Magnetism?
I'm not opposed to something quite explosive either.
Depends on. With explosive, yeah, you can totally just do a fire punch. You could even make it better if you wanted a twin chamber system, but that'll take a bit and be a
That's
bit
a
more
lot of money.
expensive.
If you want to discuss price, I've got time.
Okay, so as the big guy said to the green guy, one file like 750 plus plus materials.
You brought the
Two
material.
files, you like 7,500 gold plus materials.
So, but then you brought the stuff, but then we'd have to, reinforce it. So that's probably going to be an additional 100 gold on top. And then
If we needed, say you needed some more exotic materials, would it lower the price if some of us were to help with attaining that?
If you want it made of fancy shit, man, you can provide.
Just curious if providing some materials would help.
the basic
if you-
materials we're going to need are just reinforcing the leather you've got there, pretty much replacing it because it looks aged in some way. And then probably, do you want to keep the bone motif or do you care?
That's more of a tribal thing, but that I can always keep these as
I'll probably just for Jakova's sake. You do have a set that are already made of metal.
yeah. I'm more like just saying like with Jakuma, it's like while he does care about the bone ones, he would more so if he was to replace them, he'd keep these as
Ceremonial.
his more it's his family. He's not going to risk destroying them.
Well, if then if we're not going to destroy them, then it's not going to be casting the metal, and therefore we don't really have to shape it in any way. So it's just going to be like iron or steel. That's relatively cheap. We get.
I do have some metal ones that I obtained,
Oh, look at them. They'll be easy to work with.
and I'll pull one out of my bag.
Plus lifting it up, it's a bit heavy for him because he's a lot less strong than you are, but he's got a decent amount of muscle, is it? Yeah, this is just making sure everything's up to snuff and adding the file mechanism. He looks to the one who's also helping us, two of these people. So what do you think? Just maybe an additional 100 and then 750 plus files?
Giving us the gauntlets here, we wouldn't have to get them custom brought in. Don't need a specialist, really. It's the same deal. Just tell us what kind of switch you want. We can probably do it for 800, 825 on the furthest if you want something weird.
Because like it's helpful to get all the stuff you want for it, but like the exotic stuff to make this cool is the files.
Gives me some time to think. That's the main part here. How many of them are helping here? Like 3 of them just discussing it?
Well, there's like, okay, so there's Muldoon himself. He has like 2 right-hand men. And then there's like a dozen like lesser people as well. And you got like 3 of them with you at the moment looking these over.
Well, I probably can't say I want to go ahead with it just yet. What do I owe you for at least hearing this out?
No, it's because I'll take them. They're free. And it will be 800 for the set. It wouldn't be just one.
So that's a
Yeah,
separate chunk.
but I'd still like to save, and I might have a redesign in mind that I will bring back later as well.
Cool, just let us know. Like, one of them walks off to start like working on something else, and the other one
Okay.
leaves too.
In that other department, they're very timid.
Yo, some crazy guy just fucking punched their wall yesterday.
Oh, that was me.
Oh,
He didn't like it, but I went back and asked him where to go.
don't punch our wall. He doesn't like that, and points to Muldoon. Then he steps away.
Okay, bye. And I'll go run out to catch up with Osiris.
I would have waited.
Pretty much that, Sam, just like let us know what kind of effects you want the weapons like we want it to do. If it wants to be basically because with those there'll be options of generic offensive, what's the word?
Yeah, no,
exotic
I
offensive,
can
generic
tell you I'm
defensive,
looking-
or yeah, it's
I
there's
can
4
tell you
different
what I'm
options for
looking
those.
at, like a vortex sort of effect if need be.
So that'd be more like the
Ability to rip them into me so they can't run
yeah,
away.
they'd be like the exotic defensive option instead. Then
Yeah.
yeah,
I'm not
okay.
looking for something that's... I mean, there is also the explosive side, but we'll worry about that later.
That'd be more the generic offensive. You can only pick one or the other, unfortunately.
Yeah, well,
Actually,
well,
you can do a
okay.
file switch, but that's more money too. Doesn't matter. We'll deal with that later.
Yeah, I'm worried about paying later, because that's when I'll worry about it.
Alright, Judas, what is your activity for this first day?
Well, after Judas eats his breakfast, he saw the big fuck off temple, so he's gonna go see the castle. But before he does that, he's gonna go outside, find a nice quiet place, and spend 10 minutes casting Find Steed.
Okay. You spend your time chanting in whatever language you use to cast spells, forming this very operatic, like chant. And as you do, to everyone who's like nearby, not the people but the NPCs, they see this large bird face covered with, like, from the back of it, there seems to be like a mane of fur just sprouting backwards as if it's like continuing alongside the feathers. You see these large, 2 like bird-like claws at the front, but connective tissue more of the lion's body. Seems lither and thinner than most. It finishes off with a lion's tail and a body. The beak is serrated. You have summoned an Aquilio, or as your people commonly defer them to as demigryphs. They are wingless griffins. Something's gone wrong with the magical process to make them. And the only major difference between a normal demiglyph and this one is that this one is cycloptic. It's got a singular eye in the center of its head that is the purple, the deep rich purple of Judge Tabris's garbs. It manifests with all the barding and saddle where you need.
Yep. I'm gonna gently. It's been a while since I've seen one of these, let alone ridden one. I'm just gonna casually take my time petting it, getting acquainted with him. I believe it can communicate with me telepathically. So
Yes.
I think in my mind as I'm gently stroking down to its mane. What is your name, fair creature?
Let me have a look at greatest steed. My steed. Its intelligence is 6.
It will understand
just,
goblin.
It just doesn't. This is it's just blank. Doesn't like it looks at you tilting as if like you name me. I don't have a name.
I'm going to call you
Little Val.
no. Well, on the part of the iris, I am an eye. You have one eye. I'll call you Psyche. As I gently get on it and trot down to the castle district, or whatever that one's called.
Castle. Roll a
Yeah, Castle
perception check.
Okay. Nope.
You hear
Can my steed roll as well? Because it would have advantage, I think.
Yeah, it does. Just let me get this stuff up for you. But it's enough to see that something's going on. So there's a whole like platoon, small little platoons of like 3 to 4 guards running around, like shouting instructions towards the group.
I don't have the stats, it's just that.
I just shared it for you. Oh, yeah.
It's blank.
Hey! I'm gonna move a bit closer and see what all the commotion's about.
Yeah, you just, as you're walking past, you see there's a bunch of these guards moving around, just going, we should probably move down to the next ward, we can't find her here.
Are you guys okay?
They look at you, notice that you're an eye. Like, nothing that the eyes have to worry about for now, sir.
Carry on. And I move towards the castle. I don't get to act until I'm actually actively called, so.
Yep. So yeah, you start wandering up towards the castle. You occasionally see a few more groups moving around. They appear moving in like basically like a search formation, like fanning out and checking stuff. But yeah, it's just something you take note of as you move up. What are you going towards?
I'm going towards the castle to admire its, well, architecture, maybe see how things are done in a monarchy as opposed to a tyrannical government.
You walk up, you see the Skystone Tower. It's made out of this very nice white stone brick with a nice reddish-brown tiling for the roofs. It's got a mix of both like design and structural like defensiveness. But for the most part, it's a castle. It looks well. You've never really seen a castle other than the one in Solon Fiefdom, which is very much a defensive little fort. This is a full-blown castle with defense in mind, but it's mainly to show regality.
Ah. Yes, so I'd say you got battlements there. I'll walk inside.
You start making your way towards the thing.
I leave the demigriff outside. He's just staying.
Good.
He'll sit there.
And as he starts to sit there, you walk up, you see, again, this human man, this head clerk, and a bunch of other small clerks, and then a line of people sitting outside on these benches that are sort of like backing the castle. At this point, I think that one of them will probably be Selena, because it's probably a little bit into her waiting period at this point.
Oh, hello. I will approach the Selena.
Hello.
What are you doing here?
Just a little bit of personal stuff I thought I'd get out of the way.
Ah, okay. I've only seen the one castle before. I wanted to see another one. I don't get out much, as you could probably take it.
Well, it's quite nice. Feel free to enjoy that. Just like awkwardly, sort of like not really wanting to make small talk.
Fair enough. Did you see that the commotion of guards everywhere?
Yeah, I think I did see that on my way in.
You have any idea what that's about?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay. Bye. I then proceed
Just
to leave.
waves.
Okay. Is that all you're doing for the day?
So you leave.
That is probably all I've got for the week. I don't have anything. I don't have any money.
Okay.
I'm just.
Yeah.
Everyone
Alright.
who moved, roll me a perception check.
Literally everyone, I believe.
Sure.
Everyone went somewhere.
The DMG's a hard book
Hey.
to look through. Tides of Chaos.
Go for
Go
it.
for it.
Oh my.
Why not? I always
My
love this.
favorite part of every day.
Same,
This
dude.
is Side
Tim's
check.
Tides of Chaos.
I should really stop.
2, 3.
You know. No, actually, no, that was a different roll. That wasn't what it showed me.
Jacova.
Never mind. I was gonna say I really should stop using it because it gives me a lower
Okay.
number, but never mind.
This makes sense. Osiris?
Has Jacovo rolled?
Yes. Oh, no, he hasn't. That was a Dimitri. Why did Dimitri roll 3 times? Oh, 'cause of the
Two
four.
twice for the Aquilo.
Okay.
The plus 5's the Aquilio.
Okay, actually, that's what exactly what I wanted. Osiris and Jacoba, as you're walking up, you're just walking out, you see that off in the distance something's catching your eye. A piece of, like, a small puddle of something is seeping out into the main thoroughfare of this area.
Are we
That you're
together
in.
when we see this?
Yes, this is
Yeah,
like,
this is like-
almost after, soon after you leave.
When you say seeping, like fluidy seeping, like water or
Yes.
more like oil?
More like water.
Okay.
And it's odd because it's not raining or there's nothing that
Yep.
constitutes that.
It's also red. That's probably the main
Oh,
thing that catches your
oh,
eye.
okay, red, cool, gotcha.
Important.
Just to be clear, Osiris, your species doesn't bleed, right?
Yeah, no, why would it?
You don't cry
No.
blood. I mean.
Huh?
You don't cry blood. He's...
Oh, no.
Cool. Then we know that that isn't yours.
No.
Want to check it out?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
Point me at a door and I'll open it.
As you
So
all-
yeah, the two of you move towards this like alleyway area, and when you reach it, you notice this like this puddle. It's not a very big one, right? Like we are, but as you look down the alley, you notice a trail of smeared red that goes down the alley and like around a corner.
this
It's
and
pretty obviously blood.
this one, like as soon as you turn, you just see a body leaning up against the wall. His handprint dragging across the wall, and like this, like the dirt in the alley's got these like 2 large lines, as if he was like sort of dragging both of his knees as he was walking to the street, and has collapsed right before exiting the alleyway.
He's also only in underwear.
yeah, he's not wearing any clothes. Except his
Alive?
underwear.
You so alive? Yes.
You go and check.
I'm gonna go check.
He's
Yeah.
dead.
Cool.
Oh no.
This wasn't my fault, at least.
Selena,
Should probably alert the guards.
Yes.
as you are walking down from the castle ward into the sky ward, and as you're about to exit the sky ward, you just hear, "There you are. Been looking for you all day."
I
And you
look
see,
over.
and you see same girl you bumped into, pressed up against like this amphitheater barrier that's at the top of this like taller section of the city, surrounded by 6 guards, all looking very aggressive. At this point, Judas has been walking around this district, has been led here by the Aquileo, and also sees
You
this,
mean,
Judas.
Judas, sorry, yeah.
He sees this go down.
I want you to make a quick perception or history check.
I'm gonna go with history because that's better than a +1. Watch me fail. Oh, hang
So
on.
you look at these people. You see these like the 6 people there. The girl who you recognize in what she's wearing, but it's been a few hours since you last saw her, and you notice as she's standing in the darkness of this amphitheater that her skin is not this olive.
It is
white.
It's darker though. It's olive but darker.
Yeah, it's not the same like olive white skin. It's the kind of like a grayish shade darker. And you
Oh.
notice with the silvery hair that she has, the point of 2 slightly pointed ears poking out.
Okay.
And then you look at these men who are approaching her, and something catches your eye for a moment. As what you kind of stole on one of their faces for a second, and you get a flash from like 2 months prior of a fight in a street in Illowell
Yep.
Oh.
of one man who got away.
Oh no.
And you see, it's like a moment of hesitation because you look and you go, "Don't I know that?" And then you remember the fight in Illowell and everything that happened there, and you recognize that this man is the one dude who escaped you guys in Illowell.
And he's captured. Or, like, caught this person.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
like
they're
blocked off
moving
by
into it,
this. Like it's surrounded amphitheater. She's on the back round, and all the 6 men are lining up the thing, forming like a hemisphere in front of her, and they're all just
Should've
sort of
killed him.
staring, and all of them are just stepping forward towards her.
Should have killed him.
Well, seeing that, I'm going to approach.
Right.
Well, this looks somewhat suspicious, don't you think? Blocking in a woman in an alleyway like this?
They so like the one of them stops and looks at you. The others, like, a few others move in, but like as this one steps out of the group, they like step in to fill the gap, and they look over at you, and this guy looks up and is like, "This is our business to the guard, ma'am. I'd ask you to move along."
I think I recognize her.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't, but this ain't your business.
I don't know, it all seems very suspicious. Maybe we should go out in daylight rather than hidden in the shadows. It doesn't seem like something a guard would do.
He like steps up, like he's like basically taking a few steps towards you. Judas, you can see this from where you are. But the guy's like walking up towards Selena, and he's like, "I don't know who you think you are, miss, but this ain't your business.
So
This
how
here is
Thank you.
business of the guard, and you ain't the guard, are you?"
She might not be the god, but I am the eye.
And look somewhere else, buddy.
How far away are the rest of these people from
They're
this girl at this
20
point?
feet from her in this amphitheater, and then this one is 30 feet, stepping 10 feet towards you.
And there's no other escape from this area?
She could jump
her?
off.
Yeah, if she wants
Hang
to
on.
jump off the edge.
I'm just trying to get like a sort of a read of the area because I could quite easily Misty Step and grab her, but I'm just trying to sort of figure out.
Hey Joe.
Mm-hmm.
As part of my training, would I be able to discern whether these are real guard or are they fake guard?
Roll
You
insight.
can make an insight check.
They look the part. They're not acting the part.
I'm sorry, but when it comes to the law, you do not draw your weapons at an unarmed woman.
I don't see any weapons drawn, mate. That could change, though.
You really want to pick a fight with one who is of higher authority.
He like looks at you and he just kind of like whistles. I'm not going to do it into the microphone because it would hurt people's ear. And one of the other guys in line turns and looks up, and he's just like steps. Basically, steps. That one steps like a couple steps, like a step towards you, and they're like, "If I remember correctly, the eyes only have authority where they're wanted, and we ain't wanting you right now, eh?"
Correct. But you have threatened my friend here.
We keep the peace, friend. If you're gonna disturb the peace, we got a problem.
I'm not trying to disturb anything. Let us kindly escort this lady out of the alley in front of public view.
No one asked her whether or not she would be needing the help of an eye. Maybe we should ask her.
He's looking at you all, looks to the left, looks to the right, like between the two of you, and is like, maybe we should ask her. And as he like steps back, he's like, boys! And then immediately all of them draw weapons.
Everyone roll perception.
You mean initiative?
Initiative, yeah. And
Even for those not in combat.
you... The thing is, you're close enough because you were in the market ward,
Yeah.
in the district thing ward, as well as thing. You might not have seen the initial thing, but you're seeing stuff, and you're seeing, like, by this point, Osiris and, well, maybe probably Jakurva is probably running to find a guard, out of the two of them, who's the fastest, and then you're seeing, like, noises coming from above.
The one person who doesn't see shit is Annex because of your amazing 3. But it's like, it could be a case of like, you're in the market area, she's an Atheneum edge. You could look up and like, you might see this in the distance somewhere and draw your attention.
With my 11 passive, hell yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Either way,
we
everyone roll.
Could I have my demigriff on there?
Yeah. I think it acts on your turn.
Yes, we
Or does
should
it
have
have
the same initiative.
Yeah, then don't
It
worry
has a
rolling its
separate
own
turn
thing.
on our same initiative.
Yeah, then we won't bother rolling, adding it to it. It'll just have its turn at the same time as you do.
Fair enough.
Yeah, Annex, you can still roll initiative because things could happen that could pull you into the situation.
These are some high initiatives.
Nice.
For once, you guys always shit with initiative.
Yeah.
I did pretty alright with initiative, usually. When I don't want to be.
The same principle, little guy will go after you, Annex.
Yep. Alrighty. So is that everyone?
Yep, top of the order is Judas.
Alright.
Put on battle music.
There's one.
Yeah, okay, so this guy is right up in front of my face.
Yep,
Not like directly in front of you, but he's closest to you. He's probably about 10 feet away.
10 feet?
Lieutenant of Higher 12 is the one, yeah, close to you. Guard 212.
I'm going to have Aquila. I'm gonna have Psyche back up 10 feet, and then we're gonna go into a trampling charge, and we're going to pounce on the fucker to knock him down. I do preface, because they are humanoids, I'm going to aim. Just consider me only doing non-lethal. I'm going to be aiming to knock out.
Yeah, cool. Go.
So it will be a big attack against the guy.
Yep.
Which one would it be?
12. Guard 2, 12. I said that before.
Yep,
hit?
I hit him. He takes 9 non-lethal, and he must succeed his saving throw. Does he succeed?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, he is not knocked prone.
Yeah, so you basically back up those 10 feet and then rush forward. As you back up, he's like smiling to himself, like, yeah, this guy's backing up once weapons are drawn. And then you charge, and that, like, bravado cracks is like, oh god, there's a giant freaking griffin running at me. And then he gets bit. But he manages to keep his footing as you slam into him. He, like, skids back a bit.
I then pull out my longsword and shield, and I go for... On my bonus action, I will Shield of Faith myself. It also affects my Griffin.
Okay.
And Wabap. Non-lethal. And Wabap.
Damn.
That missed.
Miss.
Oh well. Yeah. No. Yeah. That's it.
Alright, cool, it's your turn.
Next is Annex.
You are running.
You're running.
Feel free to make a perception check with you and Little Val. Well, you're currently walking because you're doing whatever it is you were doing during the day before this moment.
That's not bad.
And Little Val,
That's
Yes.
pretty good.
Even that one? Nope.
he's a bit distracted by his stick.
Yeah, I'm
You got a
actually
cool stick.
swinging that around like no tomorrow.
You're walking through the town at the moment, following the unfortunate cacophony that is Little Val hitting things with the cane to make that spark effect happen, trying to minimize the worst of the issues.
Yep.
For now, that is your thing. You're moving, but that's not high enough to enter the initiative yet.
Okay.
Top of the order for this guy, this guard, closest to the princess is going to make his way towards her, and is going to try and grapple her. And versus her. As she tries to like grab up and grapple her, she quickly just like kicks him in the shins and then jumps backwards. Does not get grappled and starts to like try and move away from them, but sort of towards some of the other guys that are moving towards her. Next up is Selena. On deck is Osiris.
All right. So, which one's the one that's closest to me at the moment?
Guard 2, 12.
God.
No, there'd be a different one.
Oh,
No, it's the same one.
Okay.
That was the one that was talking to her, and then Dimitri attacked because
Okay.
she was next to her. I'm assuming.
Let me just have a quick look at this spell. Seeing whether or not I can get in close to where this, like, the princess is.
Mhm.
Like, without taking any opportunity attacks or anything like that. Into an area where, like, some of those guards are sort of, if they're bunched up at all.
There's two on. There's one next to her. There's another one encroaching on her, and then there's two flanking this guy in front of you, going sort of towards your group at the moment.
Basically, there's about 10 feet separating each of them at the moment, except for the ones next to the princess.
The ones next to the princess, are they side by side of her? Or
Yeah, one of them's holding the princess, and the other one is moving in together.
One's moving towards her. She dodged and moved back, but because she's moving back, she's moving into the range of this next one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there a way I can cast a Rhymes Binding Ice upon the one that is closest to her without hitting her?
Yep.
Just him, yes.
Awesome. Okay. That's cool. I'm gonna do that because that's the one that's closest to her.
As you begin to enchant, your magic starts to fizzle almost immediately.
That's frustrating.
As you see one of the other ones who's flanking them wave his hand as you start counting it, and counterspells your spell.
Oh,
We had someone take counterspell, right?
I'm not level 5, dude.
Right?
That is super frustrating.
I'm not
No
level
one's saying-
5.
We won't get counterspell until I'm level fucking 9, man.
We have
Hey,
4 charisma casters.
I'll get it next level. Just wait until level 6.
Or will you? Anything else in your turn?
Spell slots?
I don't think. Well, I can't do another action, and I didn't call Quicken Spell because I wasn't going to do one.
Well, you can quicken spell a cantrip.
Yeah, but that's just gonna fizzle as well anyway. So, well,
it?
I assume.
Unless someone else counterspells.
Can spells
I didn't call the Quicken Spell, so I'm not gonna do that.
I'll say
Anyone who
just
counterspells a cantrip is an idiot.
I'll say because you know this as a fact because you're a caster. Counterspell is a reaction. You only get one reaction per round.
That's fair.
So if you cast a spell, a cantrip as a quicken spell, he can't counterspell it. He
But
already did it.
what I'm saying is I didn't call it, so
Okay.
I don't think that I should be allowed to do it.
That's up to you.
And I can't do anything else really at this point. I don't really have anything else I can do, so that's fine. At this point, I'm just gonna getting close, and yeah, just prepare to try to do this thing. Yes, that's my turn. I hate counter
So you're moving forward.
Yeah, I've already moved forward because I
Yeah.
moved in towards where I could hit this dude that's next to her.
Okay. Yeah. Easy. So that's your turn.
Yeah.
Cyrus, as you have sent your cover off to look for guards, you start stepping out of the way, and you look around, and you see on the staircase that's leading up into the skyward, there seems to be a group of people pushing this one woman to the edge of this balcony area.
Oh, we can't have that.
She's probably about maybe 100 feet away at this point.
100 feet.
Basically, because you guys rolled really well, you can if you want to dash, you'll be 40 feet away. But in this initiative round,
Alright, question. So if I move 30 feet, they're 60 feet away.
Yes,
70 feet
they're
away.
70 feet.
70 feet away.
So if I then cast a spell that's got a 60 feet of range, but it got an AoE of 20 feet, would I encompass some of the guards?
You'd probably
Yes.
hit her at some point, but yeah.
Depending on where you
that's
casted
fine.
it,
I'm not worried about her.
Oh,
it's a case of if you wanted to cast it on the densest group of them, you'd hit Selena as well.
Yeah, that's also fine.
Okay. And
I can take it.
I'm gonna do that.
I'm gonna take it. It's
Given the
fine.
girl
You
is
don't
the
know what I'm
furthest
doing.
away,
It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
So the two guards near her is Abrasive Greatcoat and Stubby Right Arm, and Sylvia is the princess, and Selena's next to it. What's the range? 20 feet?
It's got 20-foot radius.
20-foot radius?
Radius.
Yeah, okay, you could
Jesus
probably
Christ!
hit
Yeah,
everyone.
you can hit most of them.
Probably hit
Hit everyone?
everyone, but guard 12, 2, and
And mage, because he's a
and
bit separate
mage.
from the rest.
So that one, that one.
That'll very much include Selena within that range.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm gonna go nap time.
Selena,
Is this
no,
a
you're fine.
silence?
No, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm
Is that,
probably
is that
gonna go
everyone?
nap
That's
time.
1, 2.
Oh yeah, you have no hit points.
That's
Yeah.
4 guards, Selena and Sylvia. Is that right?
should be 5.
Should be 5 guards. You should.
What am I
So it's
missing?
abrasive,
Stubby?
heroic, stubby, whimsical, and number 19.
Missing
I think I'm missing,
heroic.
missing heroic.
I have a
Alright, so
sleepy
that's everyone?
pea.
Yep.
Fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Oh, wait, hold on.
We have some successes. 2 failures.
Selena fails.
Selena
Yeah, it's fine.
Save what's
couple
that?
fails, yeah.
Okay, so that was calm emotions.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Interesting.
So it worked on 1 guard.
Two guards.
2 guards. Oh, that's
Mhm.
alright then. Okay, so those two guards are now indifferent in this fight. Mind you, so
Selena.
is Selena.
How long does
mean-
that spell last?
A long
it lasts
time.
1 minute.
Okay, so for 1 minute they're chill.
It's supposed to give me enough time to get up and assess the situation properly.
Alright, and Selena is now
And
chill.
So as a bonus action, I'm going to use Bardic Inspiration because that's totally a thing I can do and I didn't forget last time. Shut up. What is the range on it again? Is it 60 feet?
Yep,
60 feet.
feet.
Would
Jakuba's muted.
Christine be in range? Probably not.
Yeah, the closest to you right now is the girl, and she's 70 feet away with the 30 feet of movement you did.
God damn it. I've got two like custom inspirations I want to use and I can't fucking use them. Great.
You gotta wait till you get a bit closer. That's your turn.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Alright.
God Whimsical Top, which was...
I prefer to be a
where
whimsical
is
bottom.
He
Gotta
fails.
be
He's
power
chill.
bottom.
He's like, as he's moving to like towards. Oh wait, who's he chill towards?
Oh, yeah,
Just
just calm
indifferent, full
motion.
stop.
No, it's
It's like
it's
he's just calm.
No, it says specifically.
I get to choose who they're
Alternatively, you can target a creature indifferent of creatures of your choice that is hostile towards. Is that the one that you're doing?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
the other one is suppressing charm effects and I don't know they're charmed.
Yeah. So who are you making them chill to?
My allies and the girl that seems to be backed up in a corner.
Hey, that's kind of convenient for me.
You
I was
are
already
calm to
chilled for them.
yourself.
I didn't want to like beat up my party members or this person who needs
Alright.
help.
Now the ultimate question: does Osiris consider Judas an ally?
Seeing as what I have already prefaced and planned in my tower, I'm gonna have to say yes.
Okay.
Otherwise,
Thank
I have
you.
a whole spare room available.
I'll take it for
All
myself.
this work gets thrown out the window.
Whimsical Top does not do anything. Like, so does lowers his guards. Like, what are we doing here? 12-2. 12-2 will make his way towards you, and he'll go and strike at your lion boy because it's in the way.
It's in the way. He's striking at my lion.
Yep.
That's just rude.
That's my pet.
Yes.
He didn't even do anything.
It did. It ran up and fucking bit him.
What did
Okay.
it roll?
Oh, right.
It rolled a 14.
Okay, that is exactly its armor class.
Oof.
You'll go for
Yeah,
the
and he's
second attack.
damaged.
Yep.
And hits with a 16.
Yeah.
And it's still up with 1 HP. That's all it can do. It's looking grievous at the moment.
Oh,
That's a
Christine.
good use of a spell.
Christine, you can roll a perception check on your turn.
This isn't gonna go good.
Space is plus
That's a
21.
12.
What? You can see Jakurva running, like, not past you, but, like, away from you to find someone. You see Osiris is running up the middle of the street and doing some hand-side magic stuff.
Okay, well, you mentioned
Why?
Jakurva, I didn't care, but then you mentioned Osiris, I was like, oh, maybe I should have a look.
I threw up some gang signs and said chill.
The Lord said peace, and fucking chill, bro.
How far away is Osiris?
Probably a
Couple 100 feet, I'd
couple
say,
hundred
because
feet away. Yeah, you can see him at the end of the road.
it's like
I'm hard to miss.
if you were to action dash, you would be
60.
probably about 30 or 40 feet away from him, just to be convenient.
Okay. I want to move, dash, Misty Step.
Okay.
Alright, you can Misty Step, so you basically almost reach him, and you're like, what?
Uh,
Because
what-
only at this point do you realize what's going on.
oh, I feel like it's like I just sort of move up to him to see, because I see him do it. He looks like he's casting something for some weird reason and just looking upwards.
Hey, I have
What?
all the reasons.
Yeah, you probably do. So I run up and I was like, what are you doing?
Do I respond
Cyrus-
on her action or my action?
You can respond.
It's a
to
free
it.
action to
respond.
speak.
Someone seems to be getting ganged up on, and that's not cool.
Okay. Just sort of look in the direction.
And
Do I,
like,
like, see-
I'm pointing as I'm casting the spell, so I'm like gesturing towards the
Yeah.
the woman.
And do I like see everyone else, including our other friends up there?
You
Yes.
see, yeah. You at least
You
see
definitely see
Selena.
the man on top of the fucking like demigriff.
Mm.
So it's hard to miss him, and you can see Selena because she kind of stands out.
Okay. And no, that's it, my turn.
Okay, Chikova. Currently, you're looking for a guard, but we sort of made that disposition for you because you were the fastest out of the two of you.
That's fine.
Are you?
So are these the closest guards?
Ironically, yes.
Or am I going in a completely different direction?
We can say basically, for convenience sake, you are the same situation as Osiris, where you are 100 feet away if you want to get there.
Even if I left before him?
Well, the thing is, like, you two are basically moving together.
You'll be 95 feet away because you've got a bit of move speed. Oh no, you got more move speed.
Yeah, I can move at 90 if I'm dashing.
You're 70. Damn. You're 85 feet away from me with your 45 speed.
Cool. I'm dashing over to them.
Yep.
You get to the situation.
You see.
And I basically... Dead body. Guards, aren't you?
You know, do a perception check.
Is that to see if I recognize the smell of one of them?
Just to do it. You don't even need to. If you like, as you rush in and you say that, you look and you see one of the guards there has like a slit in the back of their like shirt, which is like partially stained red.
Is this one of the ones that fought us?
You don't recognize this one. The one who you'd recognize is a different one. But you can basically tell this guy is wearing a guard's outfit and it has like a very clear knife hole in the back of it, and it's got a slight red stain around where the hole is.
Wow.
And looking around, I can tell they're probably not guards.
Yeah.
Well, I will pause as I say, dead body, go look. Never mind.
Yep. You rage as your bonus action,
Mm-hmm.
and
That's all I got because I dashed here.
right. Princess.
I will say I'm taking on the look of aggression.
Princess, not fully understanding. Actually, wait a second.
Hey, I remember seeing you at those meetings, maybe once.
She... I think she succeeded, but the thing is to not be... But she's not chill with the other guys, sadly. She doesn't know what's going on, sadly. So, sadly, she will do a bit of a shocking grasp on the one that tried to grab her from before. Ka-chow. And miss. As she goes to do a cantrip, it doesn't really work, and she backs up out of the way because he... It's hard to see who is charmed. Abrasive greatcoat. He failed. Considering he didn't do damage, wait, is it harm? I need to read these. So many tabs are open at the moment. Blah, 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 blah. This target is attacked. Okay, yep. At which point he's like, wait a minute. And looks back at her. As it's now, Judas is on deck. As this person, the mage, steps out of like the hidden perception that he was, he seems to start chanting. And as he starts chanting, any like battle cries or roars or anything like that are gone. This place is silent now.
Like forever silent.
He put a piece. God, silence.
Why?
Surrounding at least the group up top at the moment.
So currently, Christine and Osiris are outside of the silence, but basically everyone else is inside of it.
Fantastic.
And do I notice like the similar silence bubble just appear?
It's not a bubble, it's not
Like-
visual.
Ah, shit, it isn't. Okay, that's
Yep.
no.
Heroic, now I need to read. Sorry, I have to keep reading calm emotions to make sure I'm doing it right. This indifference ends if the target is attacked or harmed by a spell, or if it witnesses any of its friends being harmed. Okay. So, I don't think heroic footwork was... No, he failed anyway. But he's not failed anymore, and he's going to go run towards the big griffin man and beat that up.
Dude, that thing's been tanking. It's been pretty good.
That's a 19 to hit. As he pokes you with the spear, Psych glitters away, fading, and you quick leg fall to the ground in a standing position. That's him. stubby right arm is gonna go and try and grab the princess. And she needs to do... You know what? I'm gonna get Darren to help me with some of this.
Yep, that'd be
He
useful.
can run the big ones, and I can run the little dudes. As it's now a big one's turn.
Oh, great. Make me run one of them and don't give me time to read the sheet.
Go for it, read the shit.
Okay.
All my spells are V. Damn it.
So this man is one of the ones who looks a bit tougher, a little bit bigger than the rest of the other ones. He's the other one who's like that is the one currently who was being bitten by the big beak. And seeing the situation and all that going on, he's gonna move up to... You know what? I'm gonna roll a dice and figure out who he picks. Hey, you tell me evens or odds?
Odds.
That's not good for Selena.
It's fine.
He's gonna move up to Selena and he's gonna make 2 strikes at her. So first hit.
What bam?
16 hits.
Damn.
10
Ow.
damage.
Oh.
Second hit.
14 hits.
Yeah, of course it does.
5 damage.
This man basically looks around and in the silence, like, they don't say, they've basically all just stopped talking and you watch him like raise one hand and do a sign or two in the air and then he moves over like soundlessly and just goes slash slash with his his long sword at you, Selena.
Ow. I can't even Misty Step away on my turn because it's got a fucking vocal component.
Yep.
The order, Judas.
So you are face to face with 2 of them right now, Judas.
You've got heroic footwork and 212 in front of you.
That's such a dumb name.
He's heroic, and what are you doing?
No, 212.
Well, it's a second variant of guard, so it's guard 2, and then I just gave him a number.
I know.
I started off with 212. I'm continue.
Hit.
Yeah, definitely hits.
Smite.
Go for it. Now you cannot non-lethal or
The
smite.
radiant will kill if it exceeds HP.
Yeah.
But
Oh, I got stuff, but I can't touch him up with a Leon.
you can. But we're saying that he'll be dying if he gets hit by the thing.
Okay.
For anyone who's up there visibly, similar to when he uses his divine sense, you see that a third eye appears on Judas's face, this purple eye, and now the blade seems to be enveloped in this purple energy.
Boom.
You 12 damage.
Wow!
That sucks.
That's a first level spell for 2
Wow.
damage.
So you bring that sword down with the purple energy striking it, and as you do, your foot just roll me a d20. Just roll me a d20.
Just I want to see.
Okay, it's not horrible for you. Yeah, you bring up your sword and you say the divine, you basically mouth the divine statement you would normally mouth, like say, and the sword glows that purplish light because it doesn't fucking matter if anyone can hear you. And you bring it down towards him, and as you do, the other guy who's with you just like straight up kicks you in the foot. It doesn't like hurt, but it makes you lose your balance slightly. So as you strike down, you only get a glancing blow on him. Luckily, the divine power still makes that a pretty decent wound. But it also means that you go to do the upswing to follow it up and just completely whiff.
Not gonna lie, Judas is having a bad day.
Yeah.
Lost
Yeah,
your
tell me
pet.
about it.
I mean, I can summon my pet again. It's not lost forever.
It's lost our hearts.
Annex is not here because she's doing something to the computer, so I'll just roll the perception check for her.
DC goes down every round.
Would the DC technically
Wait,
go
wouldn't
up
it go
because of
up
silence?
because they can't hear it?
Yeah.
This is we're being nice and being like, hey, you guys can eventually join in, so we'll make it go down.
She got a 5.
Okay. Oh my.
Roll for little Val. He could roll high.
I'm Little
I mean,
Val, and I'm here to say...
At this point, Sam,
the
I probably
fuck?
would need one.
Little Val also wrote a 5.
Oh no.
Wow.
Well, Val, and I'm here to say I'm gonna smash this vase with my cool new staff.
Bang! With my cool new cane! It rhymed! Anyway, abrasive greatcoat. Abrasive greatcoat is gonna go try and grapple the princess. She being a slippery little, and she's just not playing along. She's got better stuff like in the sack. She's just so good at not getting fucking grappled by this guy.
She's so nimble.
She just like keeps slapping him, and there's like little sparks of electricity that like when she.
How old is this child?
You
she
from
looks
your
about
distance,
14, 15.
from this distance, she looks like 5, 6 from.
No, I was just saying, like, just in general, because, you know, children just have more dexterity anyway.
Yeah, she looks about 15, 16. Selena.
Okay. So with my ASMR powers, is the healing hands verbal? Because it doesn't actually say it in the thing.
It's.
I don't think it is. It's literally you touch something.
Can I touch myself?
Yep. There's no shame against touching yourself.
Darian.
Just not in public.
To be fair, we're all
Darian.
thinking it. We're all thinking it.
No.
Just
No.
you know.
I'm going to do that. I'm going to
You wanna touch
like.
yourself?
She's just going.
In public?
AJ. Gently place my palm.
Oh, this is going
On my
bad
collarbone.
places. You should stop what you're doing.
No. Stop it. You're all just filth.
We should stop.
We should stop. I'll be myself to
Alright, you heal yourself. You apply the effects yourself.
You should have just said I healed myself.
Shut up. I'll do what I want. Alright, stop it. Filthmongers.
I'm good.
You heal 5.
That's great, that's cool. Because I can't
Oh,
really do anything other than, like, back away. And I know that's gonna give that person an opportunity attack against me. So, yeah, I'm hoping that 5 will let me, like, not die.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and back away.
Okay, so you need to back up, so you take an opportunity attack against you.
Yeah.
I'll roll that now.
Please not. Please no crit.
Please don't break my arms. It hits.
That's still.
Oh, that's fine. It's just a hit. That's fine.
That
It's
actually-
not fine.
That actually would have, if she didn't heal herself, she would have been unconscious from that.
That is
God.
why I healed myself.
Yeah, you back up.
I'm going to
um,
try and back out of the silence if I can. Is
Yeah,
that possible?
using your full movement, you can get out. Using the rest of your movement, you can get outside of the silence bubble.
Okay.
It takes you a few steps to realize exactly where it is, but it's like you keep moving until you finally start hearing things.
Yeah. Am I nearby anyone at this point?
Probably the mage.
Yeah, your person close to you is the mage,
Good.
who is you're on the other side of the bubble of silence, as Osiris and Christina.
Cyrus.
Okay.
Actually, Ted does have a bonus action if she wants to use it.
I do have a bonus action, but I don't really think there's anything I could do.
You can quicken spell.
Good bonus action, quick and
Quick
spell.
and
command
spell
orb.
healing word.
That is a very good point.
Yeah, or, yeah, if you can quicken spell cure, you can quicken spell attack the mage. Up to you, really.
So in this
Yeah,
circumstance,
I'm...
would healing word just be talking smart?
Come on now. Any other character but Selena, come on. Alright, yeah, no, I'm gonna quick and spell heal because I'm on 3 health.
I wouldn't do it with Isekai either, I think.
Yeah, you don't do that to my character in Isekai, that is just wrong.
Don't worry, the one
And
will do that for her.
I'm gonna upcast that as well, if that's
Yep.
okay. Thank you.
Angel
I'm just
double.
gonna second
Angle.
level that.
You can be my angle or my double.
Could be my angle or my devil.
Can I be 180?
No,
Oh.
you're only acute.
No.
There you go.
I'm not dying!
Yep. You close that the 2 gashes that he's placed, and you raise your magical curative powers, and they mostly stitch shut.
Alright, Osiris. You see,
Critical to moderate.
you hear that the fighting is not present, like, acoustically. Visually, it looks like it's still going on.
It's a play
Well, I
now.
am familiar with this spell, seeing as what happened last time with it.
And also I casted it on us.
Okay. So I'm going to move another 30 feet closer, or until the silence makes it so I can't hear anything, and then move back. And I will. This is in the middle of like. Oh, sorry. This is in the middle of a square, right?
Yep, it's like an amphitheater.
Okay, and the girl is being grabbed.
They're trying.
Oh, that's right. She keeps like whacking them away. It's like, you know how if you get like zapped by something, like you touch a metal and you get a shock.
Yeah.
She's like whacking their hands away with these tiny traces of like shocking grasp still going. So every time he tries to grab her, it's like zaps his hands. Like, stop it.
Okay.
Don't
Is there particularly one main guard that's focusing on that?
Yeah. Number abrasive greatcoat is the current one trying to grab her.
Yeah, Abrasive Greatcoat and Stubby Right Arm are the ones going at her.
Alright, abrasive greatcoat will have to make me an intelligence saving throw.
Good. He's a real smart guard.
Really?
So I assume
That-
you
that's
fail,
not possible.
succeed, sorry.
Yeah.
Okay,
Damn.
you tick
That
off
can't be smart. silly
second level spell slot.
Pog.
And I want to inspire Christine.
Okay.
Oh.
Is she in or out of the silence?
She's
She's
next.
I'm
like
out.
right next to
She's
you.
30 feet behind
Oh,
you.
cool.
Yeah.
Oh no, she missed these
Um,
steps, so she's like right next to him.
No,
Yeah, no, no.
didn't you move up?
He moved up though. He
Oh,
moved
sorry,
up to
I missed that
yeah.
part.
He moved up towards the
The
silence
robots are
bubble
gone?
area.
We rolled for you to see things, but you and little Val both rolled a 5, and you didn't see anything.
At this point, I'm assuming your dice are cursed.
Is that all you're doing?
Yeah, so what I'll say, because I actually have something for this, is everywhere she rolls, Christine always goes, I'll roll my tides of chaos and we'll see just how it goes.
My God!
I approve this message.
I love. Give him inspiration.
Whimsical Top does not like a Judas doing his stuff. Hacha. 19 misses. That's his turn. Got to 12. 24.
Guy 212 is like, alright, motherfucker. Since Judas is now on his feet and 212s on one side of him, he's gonna shift around so Whimsical Top's on the other side, and he's gonna make 2 strikes at Judas with advantage.
Yikes.
Okay.
18 misses.
Yep.
Second attack.
Nope.
Double 2s miss. He's like two-handing a sword and like swing, swing, miss, miss, and he's just like... You see him silently mouth, fuck.
Oh yeah, I know.
Alright.
That's not for
Christine,
him though.
you're up. Put your covers on deck.
Cute. I'll use my movement to move up to the side of Osiris again. Moving closer, realizing there's combat, not hearing anything, I probably will stop where he stops and just not continue forward. Because I could probably still at least hear things.
Yeah.
Then what I'm going to do, I want just a rough idea who is within range of 30 feet.
You were
At the moment,
70
almost
feet
everyone.
Away. Yeah, no. Yeah.
Okay.
70
and I-
becomes 40. Actually, no, you're 40 feet away, my bad.
So
No.
the girl, the girl, your allies are further away than that.
Okay,
So
but
basically,
my,
Sylvia's 30 feet, Abrasive Greatcoat, and Stubby Right Arm are like the next closest. Then everyone else, and then the other side is Selena and Mage.
so none of the guards are within 30 feet.
2 of them are heroic.
Yeah, Abrasive and Stubby.
Abrasive
Okay.
and Stubby.
Now, my last question I wanted to ask, because I remember hearing about it. Do I recognize one of these guards by chance?
The one you would recognize is currently facing away, is not facing
Then
towards
never
you.
mind. In that case, I might save that. Knowing I can actually do this and continue it inside the bubble, I'm going to use my bonus action to cast a spiritual weapon. And I'm just going to attack whatever guard I can attack. Probably abrasive. Screw abrasive. So I need to target Hatia.
Hit.
Boop. And then for my, like, as I just sort of quickly bring up the weapon and throw it out, and then with the staff just sort of pull sort of flaming energy from my hands, I'll just cast a fireball at him as well.
Hit.
Yeah, okay. Just gonna wait. For 8.
You immolate this again.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
You could have added inspiration to that.
Oh, I know I can. Not the damage though, unless you're Valor, I
Yup.
believe. Yeah.
No, you can add
Oh,
it
what?
to damage, magic.
Oh, magic damage.
Hmm.
Oh no.
Or healing them out. Did you know? Cleric spell list.
But imagine that DA on those D10s.
How you could just kill a man.
Yeah,
Interesting.
no. I was going to say on that shot is that I'm mainly like aiming to just sort of put him down, not kill. But yeah, you know, firebolt. So I know I can't do non-lethal.
Yes.
I was hoping for him to be unconscious and bloodied instead of.
He's not dead.
Murdered.
You can.
Dead.
Okay.
He's on the ground. He's bleeding. You shot him in the leg, as opposed
He's
to like
not a
anything
crispy
that
critter.
will make him explode.
Cool. That's all I care. That's all I care.
I want his insides to boil.
Okay. I'll make this general rule now. This is going to be a general rule that's going to be in place from further on. This is not going to apply to stuff like Smite or be a case-by-case basis. You cannot knock someone out with the spell unless you call it beforehand. If you're saying, I want to do something specific to instead wound him, as opposed to straight up killing him, that's the only way you can do it. But you have to make an implication of you're doing something different with the spell to not straight up kill someone.
And you have to explain how. Like, you can't say, I'm going to fireball this man, but non-lethal.
So
yeah,
then
it's a fucking fireball.
Yeah. So what? No, yeah, fireball's different. So yeah, what I probably would did then is I would have used like the spiritual weapon to just sort of sweep at his leg, and then use the fireball just to block him at the other leg to fall down.
Yeah, that's fine. Stuff like that is knocking him out but not killing him.
Yeah.
But like again, in terms of the spell, you can't kill someone. You can't not kill someone with fireball. It's fireball.
Yes.
Their legs, they don't need those.
I assume there was like no way in bloody hell to do non-lethal with a spell, full stop. But yeah. That will be my action bonus action movement. I'm done.
Jakarva.
I press button for you.
Listen, stop doing that.
Stop
Because
being
other
good.
people
Yeah.
forget.
So
I don't.
I'm in silence.
Mhm.
Between me and the little girl. By the way, I assume I've seen these two trying to grab the little girl.
Yep.
Between me and those two guards, what is in the way?
Number 19.
Number 9.
I'm walking past him.
So you're gonna walk straight past him?
Yep. I'm only after the two going after the girl.
Hit.
I don't care. Hit me.
I have a question, real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Can I, in someone's minds, cutting words them while they're in silence? Telepathy?
I'm gonna say no.
Yeah, okay.
Anyway. So those two would both be... There's a spot I can stand next to those two at the girl and hit them both, right?
Yeah, you can step in front of the girl to protect her.
Cool. Yeah, I'm doing that and doing this before I do my punches.
Alright, well, one of them is down, so the only one left who can do that is Stubby Right Arm. So he's
Cool.
the dude going after the princess right now.
Yep. So gonna go for a punch on Stubby
Mm-hmm.
with my shield gauntlet.
You
Big
hit.
smack.
And that's the first attack, which is, I believe we went... It was first hit's always radiant, second hit's always necrotic, right?
Yep. However way you wanna run it.
Yep, so that, and then I will do the damage. And then I will do the bonus hit, which is offhand.
My god, that like brought him to critical. Holy heck.
With,
These guys don't have very much
well,
health.
I was
Yeah,
gonna
the
see if I can
standard
hit him.
guards, apart from fucking what's his name?
You hit.
Yep. That'll be the offhand, which is necrotic.
He's dead. Or knock him out at least.
Yeah, I'm not trying to kill him, but he's trying to harm a little girl, as far as I'm concerned. Cool.
Little girl stabs you.
They're both down. Now, is there anyone else, like, if I use a bit more moves, anyone else in range for the next hit?
If you've got a bit of movement, you can go back to 19. Heroic footwork is sort of just standing in the middle.
No, I'm just going to stand in front of this girl, sort of leaning down, sort of so she sort of signal, get on my back. I can't really word it out, so that's what she's getting as a signal.
As you sort of do that, you just see her like sort of move in front of you and say something. You can't understand what, because she's silent, but she's got like very like thankful eyes. She's sort of just staying behind you. Mage turn.
Mage. He has a lot of options he can do.
There's a lot of options he could do.
I'm gonna write one to you as an idea.
You see as the mage like sort of relaxes one of his hands, points it upwards, and 4 little strikes of bolt land through the air. I'm just gonna roll some damage onto Judas.
It would be...
Judas succeeds, and then you see as like he fires these 4 bolts in the air, 3 of them like curve up and then down onto the downed guards that you've knocked out, piercing their heads.
Oh.
At which point he says something, like places a hand on himself, and then just shoots up into the air. The silence is gone, and he just flies.
How far?
Well, he goes 60 feet straight the fuck away. Not straight up, but like he goes up and over a roof.
Man, finally
that out
someone
of
to
range.
counter spell.
Would have been funny to like. Oh no, you wouldn't be able to counterspell it when it was like part way
Wait.
up. Because it would be funny if it was part way up and they just like come.
You
crashing
can
back
dispel
down.
magic
Was that
though.
first thing? Was that first thing a spell?
Yes?
And he's flying now.
Yes.
God damn it.
Okay, make a perception check, Judas.
30 feet.
Okay.
Can't dispel that, so...
Alright, cool. That's enough to see. You notice that when he raises his hand in the air, you see a little flick of something, and you notice he's holding a wand for a brief moment. And then, like, as after he fires off those 4 bolts, he just, like, basically lets you go and it slips down his sleeve.
Okay. Good information to have.
Yeah.
Heroic footwork, seeing this, makes a play for the balcony, but not near Jakova. Runs, leaps over, tumbles onto the ground a bit, but gets back up and starts to run away.
He's basically double moving 60 feet the fuck away.
Guard 2, Guard 19, who was after
Well, he was the one who struck at Selena.
Selena.
He
by
looks
himself
between...
at the moment.
Yep. He turns, looks at the other ones. Then he also turns, runs to the balcony. But as he gets there, actually no, he's just gonna jump and run. Fuck that. Yeah, he just like flips over the balcony as well and drops down.
Selena, sorry, Christine, and Osiris roll perception.
Perception. That's persuasion.
Oh, actually, it
That's
would have been.
perception.
Damn it.
It works the same. Osiris, this is a face you've seen before, similarly running away from a scenario that he was in. As he leaps down, runs down the stairs past you.
He's lucky I don't see him.
Like past me, like attack of opportunity past me.
More he
No,
gave,
like, you guys are basically going up the stairwell towards this. He just jumps off the fucking balcony and drops down to like the level below, like where the stairs would start at.
Mm-hmm.
So
So how
basically
far does
dropping
he
like
get away
15.
from me?
From you guys, like
Yes.
still see about
currently 50 feet-ish away.
yeah, except for motor angle. So he was 20. Yeah.
Top of
Either
the
way, yeah,
order.
that's him running the fuck
Judas.
Okay, so I'm still sandwiched.
Actually, before all that, everyone in the combat at the moment roll perception.
Again.
Yep. Again, this is for something different.
This is my
Oh,
one.
rip.
This is my one garbage stat. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
Wait, how many people are
You can use
around
your
me?
inspiration, by the way,
Still two.
Christine.
I did.
No,
Already.
as in allies.
Enough for
Uh,
if you want to use your magical power,
No,
you can.
no, bardic inspiration.
He wants to do
Oh,
his hobgoblin
On a
ability.
free? No.
I want to use saving
Saving
face. How many
face.
people are around me?
4.
I should have used it last time though. I forgot. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, never mind. An 11's probably not going to do it.
So the only person who notices is Judas. Jakova.
Well, the only person who sees this, everyone else, you just hear a thunder crackle, like lightning bolt crackle. Jakova, you're like, it's not raining, and you look up and you see a shirtless man, tan skin, black
Oh.
hair, 2 draconic brass wings at his back, hand raised, dead-eyeing the mage that's in the air, and casting a spell at him.
Awesome.
Oh.
my.
My God.
Oh my.
Is that Zerosh?
Swing!
No.
No,
No.
it's not Zerosh.
That do be the sovereign.
Yep.
Alright, now your turn.
Yeah, reminder people who don't remember, both Ghislaine and Amaris are both led by Sorcerer Kings.
Yep.
Wait,
One of
is he
them.
on my list?
He is on your list,
no,
probably.
no, he's not.
He
He's not
cannot
on the
cast
list.
9th level magic.
Okay.
Not as cool as my
So yeah,
dad.
Judas, you're up.
Okay, so I'm still surrounded by 2 people.
Mhm.
And the mage is gone.
Yep.
That same eye glows on my head again. As now the silence gone because I can hear the clanging of steel.
Mhm.
Yield! As I cast command on the 2.
212, go ahead.
What's the
Oh
saving
no,
throw?
212 and the 1 behind me.
Whimsical top, yeah, roll the save on both of them.
Nice. Second level swap. Man, pretty good.
That's 212 and whoops. 1.
No, that was a summon. That was bad. That's a success. Are you targeting someone else?
I just rolled twice for both of them.
Yeah,
Ooh,
I
yeah.
did both.
They're
twice.
both whimsical top, guard 12. They're 1 success, 1 failure. So just roll the damage. That was the same for both of the rolls
It's
as well.
command.
It's
Oh yeah,
command,
so
they're-
yeah, guard
Command
12.
yield.
Guard 12 drops his, or like goes into a defensive knight stance and puts himself in the ceremonial kneel.
It's like the I give up motion.
Whimsical Top's like, what the fuck are you doing? Annex, you can roll perception. This time with advantage, there's loud lightning noises in the air.
There's a dragon man in the
You
air.
ready for 2 nat ones?
4 nat ones, please. You've got 2 rolls.
Fair.
Hey!
Hey.
No.
Now for little Val.
Does
Still
Little
Val.
Val get advantage as
No
well?
wait, yeah.
Yep, he does.
He's got +1 though.
Holy
13.
shit,
Weird.
that guy's jacked!
And he draws your attention to the air where you see straight up you basically watch the Sovereign dive down from the sky and basically just thunder palm the mage into a roof.
That's amazing.
Oh.
Alright.
Actually, I have no idea the others are there and stuff though, right?
No,
With that, you look over that way. You at least see a commotion going on.
You see
You
a
probably
guy.
recognize Jakurva at a distance in Osiris.
Yeah, you see a guy running past Jakurva, running past Osiris and Christine. You see another one duck into an alleyway.
I would like to sort of. Are they like far away and above, or just?
They're probably about 200 feet away from you.
Okay, I want to go to like an alley or something where I'm not seen, and then I want to spread my wings and fly up to wherever they are dashing.
So you can try and basically follow them, right?
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So you move. You get closer, you're still a little ways away, but you're actually getting closer to those two.
Yeah.
Alright, cool, yeah. You move up. I'm assuming you're dashing to get closest?
Yes.
Yeah, with your flying, you can close a lot of the distance, but that should... You're thinking about range and stuff. Pretty much when it comes... you're 80 feet from these two who are running together.
In the sky.
Yeah, yeah. Can I see any... Does it look like they're fighting anybody, or...?
Oh, you can see, yeah, when you go to the... I'm saying, like, I'm assuming you're sticking to the roofs rather than going into open air. But from the height, you can see what's going on. Like, you see 12 and Heroic Footwork fucking bolting away. You watch the mage get fucking, like, blasted out, like, in the air. You watch 12, like, pretty much surrendering. And Whimsical Top, like, with his weapon drawn, attacking Jakurva, Judas. You basically see it all from the angle.
I asked Lil Val if he wants to hit anybody with a stick.
Little Val takes off immediately.
Okay.
It's not even a question.
Can he get close enough to like bonk any of them?
Not this round, but he's a little bit ahead of you.
Okay.
Selena.
Alright, so just to clarify, the ones that ran away were Whimsical Top and...
Top and 12 are the only two left at the moment.
Okay, Top and 12. Awesome. And 12 was the one that yielded?
Yes.
Yeah, 12 is yielded.
Okay. I'm gonna hit Top, so I'll get close enough. I'm assuming he jumped down. You said he was near Jakurva?
12 is next to 12. Like, they're flanking
Judas
at the moment.
Judas, okay. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I'll get close enough to Top. I'm assuming I was probably within range anyway. And I'm pissed off because, you know, I just got smacked a lot. So I'm going to quicken spell. Also, I'll make note that I am not going to go for any lethal hits. I'm going to try and probably hit at the legs, as like similar to what Christine did. Start with a chromatic orb.
Yep.
Mayor's. I'm trying to think.
Freezing in place.
Top's kind of. I'm just gonna go with a standard because I think that should be enough. Hopefully. Wish me luck. Yeah, if I can even hit the bastard. I'm assuming 11 isn't a hit.
That's a miss.
Yeah, that's
But
fair.
a 12 though.
And there's probably no point in me putting my favorite of the gods on there as well.
You could. That's a total of 8.
Let me see. That's a 2d4. So yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do my favorite.
I keep forgetting I have that too.
Let's see it. Okay.
15 hits.
4. Hey, that's more like it. Gonna hit.
Actually, it does not. I apologize.
Oh no!
Oh.
Well, you're trying to blue balls me, man. Alright, alright, well, with my quickened, I will cast Ray of Frost after that, because at least it slows the bastard down, if I can hit him.
Okay.
Wish me luck. Except I rolled it randomly. That's better? Yay! I did a damage! I'm so excited!
It's been a little bit.
Yeah, I've been rolling like crap.
Can I cutting words that?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll damage.
Why did that just... Oh, hang on, sorry.
You're
It's okay. Just roll damage. You're not critting, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that it's 2d8 now.
As you freeze him up, he just becomes encapsulated in this ice.
I am only aiming for the legs, so can that like just
it's
freeze his legs?
He falls to the ground though. Like he's like a wacky inflatable tube man, but no air.
I just sort of like look down at this dude with like dead eyes and just say, "Should have listened."
Cyrus.
I want to move 30 feet towards the guy that's within 50 feet of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I assume he knows what situation he's in, and he's like, "Shit, gotta go. Can't let them get any information from us." Thinking about the information, I want to cast Detect Thoughts on him.
Okay. In the deepest.
Number
19.
9. They're running away into one. Number 19.
You just hear, "Fuck, Fennel isn't gonna like this."
Sorry.
Surface thoughts. Are you gonna push
Who?
deeper, I assume?
Oh yeah.
5 will be pretty
what
cool.
What was the name you said? Sorry.
Fennel.
Fennel.
If you
Oh,
heard
that
spelling, that's how you heard the word spelled.
Why is that ringing a bell? Why is that ringing a
Eve.
bell?
So 19. I'm just gonna roll the safe for the deeper probe. I assume
Okay.
it's part of the same action.
Yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, he fails.
Oh, give me all
I'm
your
looking.
thoughts.
I'm looking that up.
What exactly are you going to...
The reason he is doing this, I suppose, if it's
You just
findable.
hear... If we capture the prince... You just hear in a very different voice, like, if we capture the princess, the queen might do anything, maybe step out, we can finally get the man we want on the throne.
Step.
I found the name in my notes.
Yeah, it's been a while since the name's come up.
Fucking 20 sessions?
Yeah. What, you think we forget anything?
No, of course not.
I'll
It's
say that's your
hilarious.
deep thoughts. You can probably do one deep thought around.
Cool.
Anything else?
The situation seems like it's going to resolve itself.
How long does this spell last? 1 round for yield. Okay.
Yep.
No, I'm not going to.
Right. Skip. He just is still in this position. His sword is on the ground, kneeling. That's all he can do. Christine.
So the one that jumped down and ran.
Mm-hmm.
The 2 that jumped down and ran, yeah.
Oh yeah,
19 in heroic footwork.
they both jumped down near us.
They basically have to run kind of at an angle closer to you guys
Yeah.
to get away from everyone else.
Which one's closer?
19.
Yeah. They're almost side by side, but 19's like a little bit closer because he ran second.
Do either of them look, for my knowledge, like more like elite than the others, like higher up or anything like that? Like any different?
19 is
nicer.
stockier. A bit bigger.
Okay. So how far away did you say that again?
50 feet-ish.
Cool. I want to use my bonus action again to Misty Step.
Mm-hmm.
Using my last second level.
Mm-hmm.
I am then going to move a little bit extra.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I don't even need to move, but I think I will anyway. The move in front of guard 19 or guard 219, and I am going to like just as I'm running like sort of in front of him like this better work. I'm just gonna look in front of him, a sort of glow in my eyes, and I'm going to do a new ability, the Allure of the Succubus. I would like for them to make a Wisdom saving throw. 19 was it? Yep. Boop.
They fail.
Hey, Kim, roll on the table.
Thank you. Please give me that one, baby.
Ability.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
So take 2d8 damage.
You take 4 damage.
4 damage.
And both of them get to temp HP.
Cool. Cool. I just think now there are setbacks with the spell. Nice. And as I sort of have that eye flash, I'm like, can you please be able to come with me? I need some questions. I have some questions I need asking.
Sure. As
Thank you, and
as he like looks up at you, you see as a flashback immediately happens of that smile of the bastard that ran away that night. As he's like deadpanned looking at you.
Oh, it's you. And that's the end of my turn.
Everyone roll perception again.
Oh, I think my thing. Can I press my buttons?
Yikes. Oh no.
You know
I
what?
missed
Fuck
it.
it. I'm gonna put inspiration that one.
I'm not gonna add the but. I don't need to add these.
It's pretty visible, but this is just to say the first part, which is the three of you look up slightly. Jacoba, Christine, Osiris. As you see, the king is next to the mage and has grabbed him and is flying 60 feet straight up, and then turns around and a bolt of lightning slams him into the ground.
Nice.
He yelled
dead.
for the back rope.
As-
Pile
Yeah,
driver.
As he thundersteps from 60 feet in the air down straight to the ground.
Oh.
And is next to Judas at this point, wings furled.
He basically appears like right next to his daughter.
Sylvia's like, Father? He just gives her like a, you are in fucking trouble.
I can't calm emotions.
Hello, sir.
Might need to.
These people were accosting your daughter.
We'll
And
pause this conversation.
Your turn order's not over yet.
As Heroic Footwork looks at his companion and is like,
Did skip to Curva.
I don't care, I guess.
I'm sorry, you were going to do something in particular?
I actually
I'm
was
not
going to ask Sylvia a question, but
Go for it.
fine.
Go for it. I was just like, we can finish the combat and then we can do
Still
something.
somewhat still in that sort of rage state. Shall I stay, young one, or may I hunt?
And she's like, she quickly has a look, saying that most of them are gone.
There wasn't there one that did run off?
There's one.
Two run off.
Two run off. One's like doesn't look injured, but he's next to Christine. So she's just like, I think they're all gone, dealt with.
Well, that's not necessarily a hunt, so I'm going to sort of stay and pretty much stay on guard by her, ready to take a hit for her if I have to.
Sylvia does the thing that we said. The mage is unconscious on the ground. The guard is... Sorry, let me... Do you want the ability?
Yeah, just so I can look at what it can do.
This pop up.
Thank you.
As you do, she's just like... She's on the ground. This dragon... Man, as you look at his back now, anyone close, you see these large bronze scales seem to be like interlacing parts of his skin. Brass scales, not bronze. And the wings just start flapping, like, magically. Heroic Footwork looks around, notices that 19 is just staring at this guy's like, fuck. And then quickly, like, pulls out a little satchel, dumps it on his head, turns invisible, and is gone. From Christine's vision, at least.
Fine.
19's invisible, or the guard who pulled out the satchel?
The other guard.
The
The
other
one who
guy.
pulled it out, yeah. Heroic Footwork like disappears. He turns invisible.
I'll just tell that guy to stay near me anyway.
And so
Yeah.
I need to quickly have a look at the item.
I believe 12. There is a brief moment where 12, your effect of the spell is going to end, Judas, and 12 is going to have freedom of action. You get to act before he does. So are you going to do something before that?
he yielded, so
One other
I'm going
thing.
to immediately try. I've got manacles. I'm gonna put them on this guy and I'm gonna grapple him to the floor.
Okay, one last
You
thing.
have to. Okay.
Oh no, go ahead and roll the.
I'll say you'll have to grapple him before you can manacle him, because like I said, your command is over, so he's not gonna like willingly let you just like manacle him. His sword's on the ground if you wanted to grab that instead, but yeah.
As I'm trying to grapple him, I'll probably just kick the sword away from him.
Okay. Quickly make the grapple check against him. AJ, I close the sheet, so you have to resist it.
Oh, good.
Fucking hell. Saving face.
Didn't you use it already?
No,
he
I think
didn't.
he
He was
did.
going to,
You
but he didn't.
succeed with that because he had a 10 as well.
Oh.
So you grab him, yeah?
With that, as the guy invisible in front of thing runs past, a dagger is also just spun in the air, lands at 19. Let's see if it does anything real quick.
Let's repeat a saving throw.
Misses. It's too far away. Just like sort of scrapes against the shoulder blade and skids away. And you just fuck, and then it's gone.
Just staring towards where the dagger came from as I probably hear footsteps run away.
Yeah.
As you going to... Okay, is anyone going to do anything while Dimitri's trying to grapple 12?
Yeah, I go and chase down the guy that's running away. The invisible one. I shift my detect thoughts to start searching for him.
I'd like to walk up towards where the Sovereign is and the mage that is hopefully unconscious on the ground.
Okay.
And just, like, I guess, hold an action if this dude decides to move.
I imagine my rage would drop at this point.
I am going to just
Yeah.
be taking this guy with me to the main thing where everyone else is.
Osiris, can
And
you
I'm
make
gonna use
a charisma-based perception check?
Charisma-based perception check.
So it's the charisma check, but if you're proficient with perception, add proficiency bonus.
So you want me to just roll a
Just roll
charisma
charisma.
stat that okay,
Just
that's
roll charisma
Yeah,
plus...
that's fine.
Plus thing.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
17.
17.
17. As you, like, you're trying to hone in on different thoughts to try and do it, just like, eventually you find just fuck. I'm just going to roll this to see. Okay. You don't know the location with the Jack Thoughts, you just know that it's in your area, right?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know exact location.
Okay. As the guard is on being grappled by thing, I want anyone near.
It would be himself, Judas, and Whimsical Top would automatically fail
Yeah.
because of range.
Yeah. Judas, roll a.
Dexterity saving throw.
Yep, there it is.
And roll dexterity save throw for number 12, AJ.
Wait, because I'm
14.
on top of him, wouldn't I be providing cover of some sort?
It's not what you think it is.
Doesn't matter to chain lightning.
As you fail, and as he fails, you take 9 force damage as a large ball envenenates both of you and the body. The body irks, it's like and slumps as it dies, as it's encapsulated by the ball, and so does he. He then, using this force, pushes you off and makes a play for his sword. Roll a grapple check.
To everyone else there, you see this dome, it's like a sphere of force energy, is encapsulating both 12 and Judas.
Good for them.
Probably like touch up. He was hoping either he would end up on the outside or Judas, or Judas would. He didn't want both of them on the inside.
As he shoves Judas off, he runs for a sword, grabs it, twists it around, points it towards him, and as a final moment, you just hear For the true king! And cuts his own neck.
Oh my god. That's dark, man.
Am I able to like block Sylvia from seeing that?
Do you remember what
Yeah.
campaign we're playing?
Okay, good.
So Whimsical Top is dead as the blast of force energy kills him. 12 kills himself. 19 is charmed, and the mage is unconscious.
One thing I do want to do, if like we're not really following initiative, just in general,
Yeah, it's all broken at this point.
the turn beforehand, I just used bonus action to sorcery points and stuff. Upon hearing that, and probably maybe even just barely see him basically kill himself,
Mhm.
I am going to warding bonds 19. No, I can't do that because it requires the rings. Never mind.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Yes.
So I know this individual is within range of me, correct?
Yes.
Cool. So I've just discovered that Dissonant Whispers does not require you to see the target, but
It
for
does
the
not.
target to
Does
hear
not.
you.
You can roll your save onto him.
Yeah, I'm gonna cast that at level 3.
Go
Oh.
for it.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my.
I don't know if I can do non-lethal psychic damage.
Don't think it's going to
No,
be possible,
Psychic is
given you also
probably-
can't see him.
Psychic is probably the one that's just
Just
insta
burn
kill.
their mind out.
And
That's-
Necrotic. That's another one of those
yeah.
ones you can't non-lethal.
That's fine. I figured I'd just ask.
You got a massive headache. You go
where
night-night.
He
I
brain
can hit it.
blasts
I
himself.
mean, you could go sensory overload.
Is heroic footwork correct?
Yep.
Yep.
Should be the only. Oh, took the other two off.
No.
He succeeds.
Oh,
Still
cool.
takes half.
But is it an extra 1d6? So that's an extra 2d6. So that's 5d6.
Oh my god.
It actually might be better that he succeeded, because he's probably not going to survive this, but he... Actually, no, he's dead anyway, no.
Oh.
Oh my god, he
He
survived!
just survives.
I assume
did
it's
not
a
expect that.
concentration check for the invisibility.
Nope, because it's an item.
Alright, and as my movement, I want to move in the direction where I assume I hear his grunt of "that didn't feel too good."
Make perception. It would have been with disadvantage, but yeah, that definitely drew your attention to where he would have been.
Let's go.
Yeah, you're pretty damn sure you heard which alley you heard him running from with that cry of pain.
That was Cyrus.
Unless he rolls a natural 20, AJ.
No, no, he.
Yeah,
you
no.
find him. As you look for him, you're like, I don't know, this is what I thought, and then you just see small patter, blood, 1 or 2 drops leading in a line, as you've probably done the nosebleed thing.
Oh man.
Fantastic.
It's
Is it
kinda
still on me,
convenient.
or is it other guys, or just get this out of the way?
We can, for the sake of things, you can probably deal with him. He doesn't have much HP. He's not in the best mood.
I want to take him in alive. I
Okay.
want to grapple
That'll
him
be
and
more
hold
difficult.
him.
Okay, so this is the thing. You're basically in an alleyway. You can't see him, but you know where he is. He doesn't have a lot of places to go. Are you just gonna run and tackle him?
Oh yeah, actually, we should run initiative.
Because he's still gonna keep running.
Yeah.
Are there in the? Let me mark off my spell slot. Before I forget. In the alley, is there weeds and things creeping out of the cobblestone?
They can be. We can
Yeah, sure,
allow
why
it.
not?
Cool. I wish to cast plant growth.
Oh no!
Nice.
You monster!
There's another person who can intervene in the situation. That's if Annex wants to do anything, because she could absolutely follow Osiris.
Yeah, I will absolutely follow him if so we still can't see him though, right?
No.
He is invisible, but with the combination of the trail of blood and the plant growth that is now going off, you can definitely tell where he is.
He must
can't
spend
move.
4 feet of movement for every
Yep.
1 foot.
Yep, it's double difficult terrain.
Wow.
I assume I can see
I'm-
all the plants shifting if that's the case as well.
I'm gonna ask Valorian to see if he can go bob the man unconscious.
I don't know where he is.
Perfect. Yes, I can. How do you want me to roll?
Roll,
for Valorian?
just roll perception for both of you.
Alright.
It's a case of it would be disadvantage, but you have a lot of things showing up, so the DC's probably not the worst.
Except your rolls suck tonight.
Except you two literally can't see anything.
Yeah.
Oh no, hang on, that was you.
It's
Yeah,
unfortunate.
Valori was the she was a free.
Yeah.
I don't.
Did it?
Yeah. Yeah, can he still go like around the area and just like swing with disadvantage or?
Yeah, just make an attack with him with disadvantage.
Alright, easy. Almost said advantage, that would have been awkward.
Oh, he's got Devil's Sight.
Oh!
That allows
they
him
need
to
to
see
focus.
in
Magical
magical
darkness.
darkness.
Yeah.
True sight.
True sight, yeah, right.
That's still really good.
That is really good.
He hit something. Roll damage.
Does 7 knock him out?
Yep.
Burst of sparks as Little Val flies down, swinging the stick with wild abandon, and there's a little burst of spark as it collides with something that's not like something invisible, and then you just see like a body materialize like face down on the ground.
Anax is on a roll with these.
I look up to little Val and I just like give him a knowing nod.
Here's the thing, Little Val can also be invisible when that happens.
Oh, he's
so
probably totally invisible, isn't he? I don't see shit.
you see him appear as that happens. So
Can
it's
you
like
see the stick just floating around?
Just,
Yes.
There's just a stick floating around.
Yes!
Technically, you don't see the stick because it's what he's carrying.
yeah.
Oh,
but when he
dear.
hits them, he appears anyway, so they both appear.
That's
Him with the stick.
amazing.
He looks down, when you look at Val, he just gives you like a thumbs up, then he flips you off, and then he flies up into the air.
I can respect
And then he
that.
turns invisible again because he can do that all the fucking time.
I go over to the body and do I have to like make a medicine check to stabilize him or whatnot, or is he good?
You probably
can
need
do-
to stabilize him.
Alright.
Yeah.
Because Annex wasn't on the We Should Keep These
Yeah.
Alive squad, so Val
Yeah.
wasn't on the Keep
Yeah.
These Alive squad. So
Val wouldn't have been
Told him
anywhere.
they hit him.
even if Val
Hit him.
was in the Keep These Alive squad, probably wouldn't try to keep these
Yeah,
alive.
yeah, no, I feel like
Yeah.
So
That
combat.
man had a chance to escape, even with all that shit going on. That bonk ended that.
As that, as combat ends,
Medicine.
Roll
Kerber
medicine.
wanted to do something. You stabilize him.
So you said the what's his name? The southern guy is right next or came right next to Sylvia.
He's next to you. He's in front of you. He seems to be. He's got his grip on the mage's hand at the on the mage's body at the moment, and then he drops it.
Cool. I mean, I'll notice he's there. I'm not really going to pay too much attention as I look to Sylvia. So, young one, do you have a safer place we can go play cards or something away from here?
I would thank you for that, Master Leonin, for looking after my daughter. As he turns that, you see the wings start to furl back in and disappear.
That would explain why you weren't aggressive.
Erith Isabella Amore Sylvia. And you hear, what did I tell you about leaving the castle?
Not to.
He looks at the lot of you. I thank you for your services today. I would like to discuss this with you at a future date, possibly later in the week. If you could wait here until guards come and collect these miscreants for me, that would be nice. And,
Should I inform those guards about another deceased one we found?
Yes, any information would be helpful. Thank you.
I will nod as I can at least respect that those two need to talk a bit more than me trying to take her to a safer spot.
He turns to Selena. I believe you wanted to discuss something with me about court. I'm happy to oblige you after we have this conversation.
That is understandable. This definitely takes promise.
Now, and he sort of walks up to Sylvia, grabs her by how a mother cat grabs her kids.
By the scruff of the
By
neck.
the scruff of her clothes, and as it lifts up, you can see these bespeckled little, smaller scales on her, and a large doorway of lightning just appears.
Man, I want to be able to cast Gate.
It's not gated.
It's not-
I think it's Dimension Door.
It's just his dimension,
It's Dimension Door.
It's cool though.
When you all make your way to the Crown Ward, tell my steward, Corin, I believe. He knows his name, I just don't know his name at the top of my head. The Mididi. Kynan. If you could tell Kynan that I'm awaiting your presence, that would be kind and courteous.
Of course.
And you sort of of course! You've still got the ball around you.
Yeah, so you're actually trapped in that ball for like 10 minutes. Jesus.
Is this a ball of fucking?
Ball of force.
It's a beta force.
Whoa!
And as he steps to this gateway, both him and the Aerith turns around and gives like a little wave to everyone while she's being hung up. Obviously, like, the situation's gone to her, and she's a little, like, shell-shocked and frightened, but, I mean, she's still, like, got that little bit of a, oh, I got out today, that was cool.
Okay, once they're gone, I'm gonna look over to... You said it's a bowl, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Is it rollable?
Yeah.
Actually, you gotta pick it up. It weighs, I think, 10 pounds.
Not pick it up, just rollable. That's all I
Yeah,
know.
it's totally rollable.
Cool, I'm gonna start rolling him down the hill and back towards the end.
Okay.
You know what? I lost one pet today. How long is it gonna take this to happen?
More than 10 minutes. No, you'll be out. You'll be out by, like, a third of the way to the end.
I might just let him roll down the hill for a moment before I catch up to him too.
This is the beta force. The entire bowl, no matter what's inside of it, only weighs like I think it's like 10 or 15 pounds.
Oh, I mean, I'll probably...
pick up the entire bowl and just like throw it into the air if you wanted to.
Are you gonna volleyball punt me down the fucking thing?
Do
Pretty
it.
much.
Do it.
How far can I throw him? Is that a...
Put him on the ocean.
Just roll a strength check.
Or would it be strength or dex?
I'd say if you want to go for distance, it's
Throwing.
athletic strength.
Okay, yeah.
At the end of your rage, so with advantage.
Oh, the rage already ended.
No, the rage.
But you get some decent distance on him. Given he only
Okay, I'm
weighs
gonna...
15
After I
pounds.
throw it, I'll chase after it.
You yote him because you yeet for distance and Kirby for accuracy. That's the rule.
Yeah, that is
I
the
don't care
rule.
where I throw it, I'm just chasing after it.
As you
You
do
hear
that,
a vague jingle like it's the bell inside the ball.
I then feel flightless, weightless for about like half a second. I
as
know what it's like to fly.
as Osiris is just like patting the ground looking for the guy to fix him up because the invisibleness doesn't drop.
Yeah, I figured it
Um,
would stay up because he's not concentrating on it.
As you be like, this is where the blood is coming from, maybe. You fix him
yeah.
up. You walk up to with the invisible body, as now there's one unconscious body, two unconscious body, and a charmed person. As eventually, a squadron of guards make their way there.
I loot him beforehand.
We were meant to stand by there.
Yeah, no,
you
I was
just
about,
yeeted
I was
me
about to
forward.
ask, do we pass by the guard as I'm chasing after him?
No, they're coming from the crown ward down. You're leading him from.
Okay, then before I actually chase after him, I'll yell back, make sure to get Osiris to tell him where the dead body is.
Okay, well,
I was yelling that back at the others, so...
And as the guards deal with the bodies and get the report from you, the basic one, I think that's what we'll end session for the day.
da 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 da.
Remember that almost happened because Chris says Selena was like, "No, I'm not going to bother with that."
Yeah, I like. Well, she was like, she seemed fine
Hmm.
before. She was like, just they
I'll
were
say-
the guards. But as
I
soon
stopped
as it
an,
was
we
like,
stopped an attempted regicide. I think that's going on my
Attempted
record.
kidnapping.
when I
Yeah.
first saw her,
Yeah.
she was fine.
Also, she has one spell slot which she used on Disguise Self.
I don't know what to do with this person now because I am very much conflicted.
I'm assuming the guards that were chasing after her before were not real guards. They were those people.
No, they were real guards back then.
Okay, so they were the real guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a case of
Okay.
these people took advantage of the situation.
I will
Yeah,
say
yeah,
what
that
you
makes
would know
sense.
out of character. It isn't out of character for Chikura to leave before guards show up. That's the reason
Yeah,
he's
no,
sort
it's
of left you guys to deal with it, because he does not
That
want to be
makes
seen by
sense.
them.
Also, what's the idea? So Sovereign was going to show up depending on what happened. If you guys had been loud, he would have showed up earlier.
Yeah.
But like with the silence and all the spells you were casting, there was almost no sound being created by the
Yeah.
fight up until the mage took off into the air.
My original plan was to
handled
go in the
it.
middle and roar at them.
Yeah, and the roar got cut off very shortly into it by a bubble of silence.
Yeah, I was like, initially it was just like, okay, so this is the princess and she's sneaking out to like live a little. That court used to take me to like sneak me out so I could like go and meet his family or like just get out of the place. So who am I to like say, no, you're not allowed to do that? Didn't think for a second that
There might have been a reason
That
why
shit
she was
would
not allowed to
happen.
leave the house.
Yeah, remember that history
Well,
check
I'm
you rolled
so
a 2
used-
on?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like it makes sense because it's like, yeah, they've got like this shit that's going on in
Yeah.
in
If you'd rolled well on that, I would have been like, yeah, there's kind of like a rebellion kind of starting up here. Also, they did literally assassinate the governor of Illowell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I was
happens.
busy thinking like, you know, people need
Princess.
things, yo. I got locked up. That sucked.
Fucking, you guys captured the dude who got away last time.
I don't know what to do with him. I'm kind of conflicted, honestly.
The fact that you got a bunch of people not unconscious for the king to deal with later, very good.
I am so happy that I took plant growth and it actually was able to be useful.
I'm not joking. I'm actually struggling to decide what she would do with him.
There were multiple times that fight. I was like, this is what's going to happen. This is pretty obvious what's going to happen. And then someone goes, oh, fuck, they can do that. Oh, fuck, what do I do?
Well,
Yeah. All right. That's, we're wrapping it up. So AJ calls out.
That was a good session. I hope everyone enjoyed it. We sure did. You all got 633 experience for that.
Yeah.
Are our streamy people doing anything interesting?
No.
Not really.
I've been so busy with PDFs lately, I haven't actually been streaming.
Oh, good. Shout out to not me, but to Valkyria Arts for the next weekend. I believe she's doing drawing streams, at least for a little bit, and she's drawing the Fandelver crew. She was doing that last week. So if she's still doing that, and even if she's not, go check her out. She's lovely. There's a 12 p.m.-ish our time, so go look at that. Myself, I'm playing Dishonored tomorrow. I'm up to part 3. It's a fun game, stealthy fun game. Crime time on Tuesday. Wednesday is session 2 of Lost Mines and Found Delver. Thursday is going to be more Digimon Cyber Sleuth. Friday next week is going to be session 28 or 9 of Icewind Dale, Realm of the Frost Raiden. They're also having fun times in the place. In a place. That's all I can describe these sessions as lately. Is
Never
fun
split the
times.
party.
Don't. You did anyway, but don't. I'm trying to get to the right tab to tell you what session number it is. It is 29. I was correct. And in 2 weeks' time, we'll be back with session 24 of Whispers from the Atheneum presents Echoes of the Forgotten. So don't do drugs, stay in school. I'm not your dad. I love you just as much, and I'll catch you all tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye bye.
See you
So, yeah.
later.
There's
Yeet!